Last time, conscript group 14 gathered in the Grand Cathedral of Elturel with the priestess Jax and the druid Seldarine Orange, and completed a ritual to free the mind of Uldar Ravengard. Upon regaining consciousness, the Grand Duke recounted a divine vision. A holy sword plunged into the ground, and a mighty temple rising around it as a tiny golden being inundated it with celestial light. It was revealed that the golden creature was, in fact, Lulu the Hierophant, who excitedly remembered more details from her past. It seemed that the sword is vitally important to the salvation of Elturel, although exactly how remained unclear. She thought more details might be found at a place called Fort Knucklebone. However, in order to reach it, the adventurers would have to find a way down from the floating city to the surface of Avernus. As they pondered their next move, it became known that the drow Islin had in her possession a soul coin, a unit of currency in the Nine Hells. More importantly, this particular coin apparently contained the soul of Rhimb Celebryl, a fellow member of conscript group 14. Knowledge of this coin's existence presented a difficult dilemma, since the adventurers were beholden to a devil named Amanazro for just such a coin. Before leaving the city, the adventurers set out on one final mission: to find and guide a large group of survivors back to the Grand Cathedral. As they began leading them through the dangerous, battle-torn streets, they successfully avoided a gigantic demonic worm wreaking havoc as it tracked their movements. At the last moment before reaching safety, the demonic creature attacked only to be destroyed by Zariel, the ruler of Avernus, who slew it before it could devour any of her prize. Tragically, the demonic ichor that spilled from the dying creature splashed on some of the survivors with horrific results. Nevertheless, Conscript Group 14 has reached the relative safety of the Grand Cathedral along with most of the innocent people in their charge. The large chamber echoes with the wails and sobs of the grotesquely mutilated people, some of whom will die without immediate aid. Conscript Group 14, what do you do?
Who needs what aid?
There are people all around you, some of whom have only sustained minor corruption to their flesh, scarring, a few oddly shaped limbs. Then there's others for whom this effect has been much more pronounced. They are leaking vital fluids, viscera, that sort of thing. It is not nearly as horrible as it could have been had you been traveling with a larger number of people who had been affected, but the dozen or so that have been affected are quite distressed. Lulu is flying around you. Oh my! Holy water! Holy water!
We need holy water?
Yes, that would help!
I turn to Falkrunn and say, we need holy water now.
I already filled up my flask when I was at the fountain last, but it won't be able to help all these people. We'll need to get more.
You start and with that,
course.
and then I take off to go get more.
Islin will follow you.
With your arrival and the word being passed of what has happened, and you are able to create a line of people from the top of the cathedral down to the catacombs, passing up water and splashing it on the people who are grievously wounded. The corruption begins to stop, heal, and subside a bit, although the effects cannot be completely undone. But over the course of the next half an hour or so, you are able to bring aid that you can to those that need it. And the rest of the survivors, shocked, exhausted, and traumatized, take their place amongst those in the catacombs. Grand Duke Grand Duke Ravengard turns to you all and says, Well, that was difficult business, apparently. Thank you. What is it you're going to do now?
I believe Fort Knucklebone is the next step. Wherever it may be.
It's very close, Lulu says as she flies around you.
You saw it from here.
Yes, I did. It's maybe 10 miles.
Not so bad.
No.
Were we close enough to the edge where we could see how high up we are from the surface?
Where you currently are, you cannot. Those of you who went below,
Oh yeah, they saw down.
they were able to see down. It's hundreds of feet.
Okay.
Typhon,
and-
you said you had a plan to get us down there safely?
Yes. Well, he kind of takes stock looking about. I can take 6 of us. Well, Lulu should be able to fly herself.
I could use my cloak if you need.
I think it's much too far, Persephone.
Is it more than 500 feet, you think?
Perhaps not, but... and am I under the impression from the description that directly underneath Elturel is like a battlefield?
Yes. Directly underneath Elturel is the River Styx, upon which rages the battle between demons and devils.
Yeah, so we're going to need to get further out. Towards Knucklebone. I'd like to get as far away from this place as possible.
It's west from here.
It's what?
West.
West. There's a west here.
It's that way.
She points with her trunk and looking at the map of Elturel, where you are currently, where she is pointing would be west.
Very
if
good.
such a thing does exist down here.
Now I kept my thought. Who is... I think we should tether together. And one of us, at least the strongest, and perhaps even little Lulu, I don't know how strongly you can beat those little wings, but you should conjure up as much as you can. When we jump, I can cast a spell that will cause us to fall very slowly. And if the strongest of us can fly, I think they can alter our momentum and carry us down at an angle towards the surface of Avernus. And then as a last safety measure, I take out from way back when the Dust of Disappearance that we stole.
Aha.
Doing so unseen.
Oh. It'll certainly at least give us a chance.
Rhea steps forward. She's not meeting your gaze. I spoke a little before about wanting to stay, but I have to admit I'm loath to see you go. When we all met back at Riverstone Manor, I was as hopeless as I think a person could be. And since then, it's hard to look at anything that's happened as being good. But despite it all, I have hope again. And I'd like to thank you all for that.
What, even me?
Even you, Jax.
Oh, we're friends again.
It's difficult to think of events like this so big on such a grand scale. Maybe easier to think of myself as just a small piece in a greater plan.
From what little I've seen of you, Rhea, you're a much greater asset to the hope you carry than you're giving yourself credit for.
Maybe. I wish I could say goodbye to Rhimb. Maybe you can do it for me, if you ever see me.
Will, and we will.
Right, well, that's enough goodbying. I'll see you again.
Would you like a hug?
I suppose.
Oh, I'll give you a hug.
I'll give her a big hug.
Yeah, big group hug.
What do I find in her pockets?
Just gonna say, watch your pockets.
The sleight of hand check.
You're the worst.
No, he doesn't.
Falkrunn leans over to Jax. If you took anything out of her pockets, put it back.
Oh, I promise I didn't.
All right.
Did you?
No,
I didn't see a roll.
I didn't
Okay.
roll.
I was ready.
I did
Okay.
think about it. We are looking for gold.
She hugs you all back, and she's eyes are damp. Right. Well, be careful. Take care of yourselves, and come and visit sometimes, I suppose.
Oh, we'll be dead before then. It's all right.
Take care of yourself too, Hellrider.
I've got lots of people here to take care of.
Make sure you add that little one. Yeah, the snotty one over there.
Definitely. You can count on it, Jax.
Thank you.
Well then, says Uzar. If there is nothing else, perhaps a prayer.
I would like
Sister
that.
Falkrunn, would you be so kind?
Blessed Three, Torm, Tyr, and Ilmater, watch over this fallen flock. For those of us who seek to fight, and those of us who seek to help, may light find us in this, the darkest of places. May our strength never fail. May our blades strike true. And above all else, let us have hope.
And food.
And sustenance.
No idea what that is.
Finally said. Recover the sword. I have no idea what role it has to play in the salvation of Elturel, but it is vitally important. That alone is enough reason to seek it. And we can only trust that more details will be forthcoming once this quest is fulfilled. May the gods be with you, Conscript Group 14. You will ever be in our thoughts. And he puts a hand on each one of your shoulders, looking you in the eye. And then, these people who you've known and fought with are no longer your concern. You have a greater mission at hand. What do you do? Where do you go?
Do you think Would it be the easiest way to sort of jimmy up that trap door and take the dive out the tunnel, or rather than trying to work our way all the way to the edge of the city?
There's always the chance that the secret passage would be seen again.
That's true. We put the people at risk. Well, then I guess make our way to the bridge and jump there.
Good
Would you care to see a picture of the map of Elturel?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Don't we have a cartographer in this group?
Make your
Someone's got a map,
decision.
Oh, we could just
Oh.
go over here.
We could, or we could just like walk out of the high hall. Yeah.
Down.
I thought that might be your decision.
There we go.
All right.
You step out of the high hall, and from this high vantage, again, looking out over the entire city, you can see destruction everywhere. Here and there, a figure that appears to be flying. But there can be no doubt that the city is still filled with survivors, creeping out one at a time, sometimes in larger groups. All of them making for the high hall. With the defenders they currently have, hopefully they will be able to hold out for as long as it takes. You come to the edge and gaze out down this ravine, which here at the edge of the city is much wider than where the bridges were. Here it is not just a crevice at the bottom of a long dark gully, it is a wide fissure. And you look out below to see open air, and beneath the ruinous wastelands of Avernus. Who goes first?
So, Typhon, the way this works, we all jump together, or does it
Well, it
activate?
depends. Who is the strongest among us?
Would have been Rhimb.
I think Jax can go in my back, in my pack, if that'll make it a little bit easier.
I can still choose up to 5. It won't matter.
Oh, I see.
One needs to be flying.
Well, that's Lulu.
No, I mean
can try.
another who can pull us.
I would suggest, Typhon, that whoever is flying may have the ability to attack at distance. I myself would guard everyone, but if there is an attack, I would be limited in my range.
I suppose that means me then. But you should be aware, I don't think I can command the strength that your friend had in this body. I'm certainly stronger than I was in my former form, but it feels like a risky choice.
Who's got the most strength out of us?
I mean, I'm
On
rocking
a
an
scale of 1 to 20, how strong?
Yeah,
Oh,
That's a good
I'm
question.
feeling like an 18 myself. But
You got an 18.
pretty
You're the
good.
strongest then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say that makes you the strongest by
I-
a significant amount, Falkrunn.
I
Yeah.
guess it does.
Before we do go any further, Pixie has already jumped in with
I knew it.
500.
Yes.
Thank
Hey.
you. Yeah.
Thank
as
you
soon
very
as you
much,
said
Pixie.
before we go any further, I was like, it's Pixie.
So if
This
everyone wants to roll
D20?
a D20, if you have got inspiration already, you don't need to roll.
Blast.
Oh,
Come on, I've got a chance of winning this one.
No.
Oh no.
Wait,
Oh,
wait,
I
wait.
could still win. Oh my god, I
wait,
got.
wait,
Oh no.
Here we go.
oh, look at 18 strength, 18 on the
Oh,
D20.
Yes.
wow.
There it is.
Wow. Well,
oh,
no, there's
there's a roll-off.
two. There's
Oh.
two with 18.
Oh.
So
Uh-oh.
roll off.
Roll off.
Another roll off. Man,
Between the same people.
Oh,
Ah.
domestic dispute.
yeah, I'm saying this is not doing great. For me. All
Okay,
right.
there you go. I
Wow.
gave it to
Oh,
you.
oh, oh.
Hey.
Barely.
Oh,
So Falkrunn
Very
wins
good.
the inspiration. Thank you very much, Pixie.
thank you, Pixie.
That's
he'll-
very apt, seeing as how it looks like Falcrunn's going to be
Yes.
leading everybody down to hell.
I
So,
mean,
How appropriate.
so what is exactly happening here? You have the dust of disappearance to keep you hidden. You have
I
several
think-
spells about to be cast. What's the
Yeah, so my plan is to tether everyone together. Not super like tight, but so there's still
Right.
some freedom of movement. And then we all jump, and I cast Slow Fall on 5 of us, while having cast Fly on Falkrunn, who can, as we all gently float, he can change the momentum to pull
Yeah.
us all out.
So she'll like just great.
She-
I'll Peter Pan you
pardon
all
me.
the way to No, it's all right.
Yeah. And my thought is, if I don't know if this is how physics works, but if
Well,
when
in
we
hell, that's a
if
funny
there's
question,
a little
yeah.
bit of if there's a little bit of slack, she can pull one person, and their momentum gets the next person like coom, coom, boom.
Sure, I can totally see that in this bizarre.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm sure
it's
somebody
not,
smarter than me could actually write down all the physics, but I'm envisioning it as everybody becoming just a little heavier than buoyantly neutral, so that you eventually would sink, but without any momentum one way or the other, sort of like being in space. You just continue to go frictionlessly in the direction that you begin, and having somebody able to guide you and pull you out of the way and make sure that you descend to the area that you want to go. This sounds like, to me, would be a plan that has a good potential of being successful. Certainly more
obviously.
successful than one of the other options you have, which would be to try and climb the chains to the giant spikes that are driven into the surface of Avernus.
Yeah, let's do the other thing.
Yeah, that's not do that.
You've ever seen Battle Angel Alita?
Yep.
Yep. So,
Okay.
so we do that.
And
Do it.
and you love me. Let's do it. So
right, that's an agreement from everybody. So you gather a rope. Everybody affixes it to them as best they can. You stand on the edge of Elturel, looking down literally onto the surface of hell.
We're using the dusted, are we?
So
Typhon, you open the dust and throw it into the air.
Different campaign.
Jump on 3. I cast Fly on Falkrunn.
All right.
One.
3.
2, go Falkrunn. 3.
Ah!
Oh,
Falkrunn leaps off and begins to fly. And the rest of you, just out of curiosity, how confident a leap do you take?
oh.
Persephone.
It is like all of the energy to take a really confident one, and then it's like like when you go to jump off a diving board, but then
Wait.
you're like not sure if you want to do it the last second, but I'd still do it. It's that.
Got it. Iselin.
She believes completely in Typhon's plan, and so as she jumps, she holds her arms out to ensure that she can assist anyone who might be reluctant off.
I'm helping.
That's right.
Gotcha. Silas.
With a sideways glance at someone and a sideways glance at someone else. Jumping.
Strong and confident, full of faith. Typhon.
It's a confident, just making sure everyone else has launched off and no one else is lagging behind. Just a confident step forward and down.
And Jax.
Jax would have excitingly called
jumped early.
3 he was very excited about flying or floating, called 3 early and jumped, and probably ended up assisting by pulling a few people that were hesitant off.
Yeah,
See.
yeah.
So, is there any free fall at all, Peter, Typhon, or is this an instantaneous, just buoyantly neutral?
So we still fall at 60 foot per round.
Right. Which is a
But-
far cry from the 500 foot
Yeah, that's very
instantaneous that would otherwise happen.
Yeah.
10 feet a second, essentially.
Yeah.
Which is actually very relatively slow.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what were you asking?
I was just wondering if there was actually any, like, yes, you jump if there's a feeling of, oh, something went wrong.
Yes.
Before, okay.
A little bit just to clear out and get past, because I think we can get. I want to get us down closer to the crust so we don't just slow fall glide into the rocks again. So.
Yes. So off you leap, and immediately your stomach tries to come out of your mouth. You fall for what seems like minutes and minutes, but it's probably only actually a few seconds before you clear the crust of this mote of earth that Elturel is floating upon, and you are beneath it, and it is disappearing above you. And all of a sudden, you begin to float. Invisibly. You cannot see yourselves. You cannot see your companions. All you can see is below you the vast carnage and chaos of the Blood War, which continues much as it was before. You can see there are several large barges now actually within the river Styx, and upon them they're just covered with demons of all shapes and sizes. Some of them hurling missiles and such at the shore, others actually flying or skipping or jumping into the water and trying to get out the other side, some of them actually being sucked down into the water by things. And around the base of the spikes that are holding Elturel, you can see there are some on one side of the river, and then there are some on other sides of the river, so that the chains are literally dragging Elturel down, and it will eventually touch the surface of the river Styx. And the demons are launching attacks at both sides of the banks of the Styx, and the devils are defending these giant spikes that are in the ground. As you are floating, you can see that it seems that the forces of the devils are being commanded by one being in particular. It is a large fiend, huge wings, quite girthy, but not in a fat way, more just like a humongous stout tree with massive arms. This individual is wearing black armor with a huge helmet that sticks up. It's actually a little reminiscent of some of the floating fortresses, like the one that was briefly over Zariel, but it is completely covering this creature's eyes, and it is holding aloft some sort of battle standard, which seems to be giving out energy and suffusing the devils around it with power and resolve. And while you can see a few other fiends that look similar to this, large, bipedal, winged, long tails, this one is albino, and the rest are red with a ruddy complexion. And it looks like this. You will cast your eyes on the map.
It's a bit small. Can you make it bigger?
There you go.
Oh, goodness gracious. That's something right there.
So as you float, you are uncomfortably close to this combat. Again, just vicious, unrelenting rage and fury as these two enemies, going back millennia, pit themselves against each other at this specific site. And it is all you can do to turn your gaze away to look and see where you're going. This wasteland that is slowly coming up to meet you. And after what seems like an eternity, but is actually only a few minutes, you find yourselves touching down on the surface of Avernus. As I have discussed, there is this large river that cuts its way through the plains. And before you is the vast expanse of Avernus. The air is oven hot, and it reeks of brimstone and boiling tar. Your eyes immediately begin to tear up, and sweat forms on your brow as a thick gust of wind strikes you, bringing with it a swarm of stinging and biting insects that whirl and buzz around you, ravenous for your blood. But after a moment, the wind moves on, taking the vermin with it. The sky is completely enshrouded in dark clouds of smoke and ash, with an occasional meteor streaking across it, which lands in the distance with an explosion that rolls across the land like thunder. There are no stars, no moon, no sun. Vast as it is, you cannot shake the feeling that you are standing within an impossibly enormous cave. The only light comes from below the horizon, as if 9 fiery suns have just set. Gazing out across the plains, you can see movement. A group of thousands of shambling creatures moves like a living lake about a mile away. And even as far away as you are, you can still hear the sound of their groans of despair as they scour the land for food. What do you do?
Walk not in the direction of the shambling lake.
What? We can't see each other still, right?
You cannot, although that will be finishing shortly. If you could be so kind as to cast your eyes upon the map here, you will see El Terrell. Lulu flies around you all slowly. Her eyes are bright with excitement, but she is definitely subdued.
Oh. Well, here we are. This is very bad. But I can see it. Look.
And she points, and in the distance, difficult to tell just how far, but 10 miles is a reasonable guess. There is a rise of stone, small ridge, and atop it, just barely, you can make out what you think Lulu is motioning at. But it is far away, and there is much ground to cover between here and there.
Is the way west clear of obstacles and beings to as far as we can see, Sean?
Make a perception check.
I'm not the right person to do that.
I will look as well.
I will aid you in that.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Okay, I'll roll again then. That was a very
Yeah, you gonna need that. Yeah, there it is, baby. There it is.
Jax, everywhere you turn, you see something that could be a potential threat. Be it, that looks like it could be an area of ground that is quicksand. Oh, that looks like a river of tar. There's some strange, shadowy creature moving just beyond your ability to see. Could be right in front of you and obscured, or it could be miles and miles away. Difficult to make out. However, as far as immediate threat is concerned, you can't determine anything. You can see, however, with a roll of a 29, that between you and where you are trying to get, there seems to be some oddly shaped hills, which have a lighter color to them than the rest of the surrounding, which is mostly desaturated earth tones.
So on the map, could you ping where this fort is?
I can. In fact, I can do better than that.
You can place it.
If you will cast your eyes
Can
on
you
that
take
black
us
square.
to the fort? Okay. All right.
Okay, and that's okay. So that gives me a good idea of what 10 miles is.
Okay. Because we are currently where, DM? Like
You are currently on the coast, on the shore.
Okay. Yeah.
You have landed far enough away that you are not in immediate danger. However, the sounds of this battle are still very, very loud. If you were to make too much of a scene right here, it's very likely you would be seen by somebody.
But we are on the west bank of the river Styx. Okay.
Is the river water?
Yes.
But not drinkable, correct?
Yeah, I would not.
I'm not
trust
interested in drinking it.
It's good. It's good.
That seems familiar. I'm thinking we shouldn't drink the water.
I really don't want to forage much in hell, so.
But water is a problem.
Did Pebble Moss tell us about Styx?
I do not believe anybody has specifically asked him about the river
I
Styx.
was trying to remember if I recalled something. I can't.
Shall we ask him about it? We've got.
I think you already asked something today.
I thought that was yesterday.
So that would have been right before you all bedded down for your long rest.
Oh, okay.
And then, which is when we journeyed out. Yeah.
When you journeyed out.
But has it? Was it? The
I would say it
24 hours?
hasn't yet been 24 hours.
Okay.
I was going to say,
That's fair.
I've not rested. I'm still hurt, so.
Rested from. You shouldn't be hurt, Jax. There was a long rest that was taken after you had your discussion about the coin.
Well, we had a battle with worms.
Yes, we fought the worms. Jax
So you
was
did.
eaten.
I'm
Yeah.
hurt too. Yeah.
So you did. Yes, you have not had a long rest since then.
No, that's all.
Oh, wait, is everyone? I mean, how's everyone doing?
It's around this that the invisibility wears off.
Jax looks
good.
a little battered, but nothing. I'm missing 13 hit points, if that helps. That's it.
Okay. Just
So hard to
give me
say.
a.
Without metagaming, it's so hard to say.
Yeah. And then Persephone, you said yourself you were injured as well.
Yes, but it's not an issue at the moment.
I think we need to make haste, both for Rhimb and for our own sakes.
Agreed.
So we should be going back up now, yeah? Because this doesn't look good around here.
It does not, but
There's quicksand over there. I don't know what that is over there moving.
Lulu, point the way, and we'll.
Okay.
Could I see
get
the
moving.
fort where I was?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
It's difficult to pick it out exactly from this ridge, but the ridge itself is enough of a direction that you are able to go in that way, trusting that as you get closer, you'll see your destination a little clearer.
I will guide the group in the safest way possible.
Very well. You set out. As you do, the heat and the oppression of this place is undeniable. After an hour of travel, you have to stop, rest. But of course, that's not an option, so you only rest for a few minutes. Then you begin again, even harder than before, as if a massive weight is just pressing down upon you as you walk. Everybody please make a Constitution saving throw.
God damn it. Is this just environmental, or would it be considered magical?
This is environmental.
What are those rolls?
I've got an 18.
Oh.
14 for me.
I only got a 9.
I got an 8.
Rolled an 18. Whew. Okay.
Good.
Natural
Right.
20.
Those of you who have rolled under a 10, you suffer a point of exhaustion simply from being on the surface of Avernus.
So that was Eastlin and who else is looking?
Eastlin and Persephone.
Persephone. So I will go and bolster up Persephone to keep her moving.
I will use my. I don't know if I would use it in its weaponized form, Shauna or Sean, but different. I'd like to kind of breathe a bit of ice above the party and have it kind of descend on them in order
Interesting.
to.
All right, make a make a wisdom check. And also, I should it's a wisdom saving throw, not a constitution. Most of you rolled high enough that it won't matter. But for those of you who failed, if a wisdom saving throw would have given you a higher modifier, then take that into account. It's pretty close. You wouldn't have?
No, I would have gotten worse.
Very good.
I would have got better, actually. Surprising.
Would you? Right.
Yeah.
So to help me remember for the future, it's a wisdom saving throw, not a constitution saving.
Great.
So if you're doing that frost thing in the air, is it like snowflakes? Because if it is, Jax is like that. Trying to...
Wait,
So I will say that over the course of your travel, if you wish to expend a use of your breath weapon over the course as you're traveling to expel a cloud of cooler air around everybody as you're walking, it will definitely help.
Yes, that is what I would like to do.
As you continue towards the west, you see this line of strange hills, a slightly lighter color than the rest of the area. It's becoming closer and closer to you, and you see it is quite vast, extending to very great distance both to the north and to the south. And it is definitely between you and your destination.
Can I tell what it is, or just normal hills, or?
We'll continue to use that perception check that you rolled before.
Oh, please do.
You think it is vast piles of bones.
Oh. They're bones, they are.
If he's correct, and these are in fact bones that you are looking at, then this is a vast fellowship of death. Creatures by the thousands either died here or have been gathered here, and their bones have created drifts, in some places more than 20 feet tall.
Careful, everyone. Be prepared.
Between here and there, I will need another wisdom saving throw, however at advantage, thanks to Isla.
I'm going to fail it, that's an advantage.
Trouble. Whew.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
So glad I have advantage.
Oh, whew, okay.
Gosh. Rolled a 4 and then another 8. So
Right, Persephone, you have suffered another point of exhaustion.
I've been in hell like 2 seconds. I'm not gonna make it, guys.
Guys, it's
So-
super hot.
So just double check, make sure you understand the effects of having 2 points of exhaustion. So that is you are disadvantaged on skill checks. I believe with 2 points of exhaustion, you are disadvantaged on attack rolls as well.
That's
No.
3.
So that's 3? Okay.
It's
Yeah.
good.
speed halved it too.
Speed halved. Thank you. I knew I was forgetting one. Speed is halved.
Okay. And that's till we rest or something.
Yes.
Okay.
But after this next leg of your journey, you now can all see these are bones. And as you are approaching, it looks like a wall. It's difficult for you to see how you could get past it. But as you get closer, you do see there are gaps and gullies in it. Almost like pathways and roads through these jagged, treacherous-looking slopes. And after a while, you stand at the very edge of these drift fields of bone. What do you do?
I lead.
Probably need to scout this a bit, wouldn't you say?
Persephone, are you all right?
Yeah, I don't feel so hot. Or maybe I feel a little too hot.
Yes. Traveling by foot never is this very, very difficult.
You see Lulu kind of drooping along. Her ears are low over her face, and wings are moving not at their usual hummingbird speed.
But we have to keep going. We have to stay strong.
Jax, can you
I'll be fine.
Jax, can you scout ahead?
Oh yeah, of course. That's my job.
I'll scout
Make
ahead.
a perception check, Jax.
Perception. 22.
22. So you can see several of these gaps that I mentioned before. And as you approach them, you see in the gaps are strange tracks. You haven't ever really seen anything quite like it. It's almost like looking at wagon tracks, except the wheels are huge. And they're ridged in a way that looks like it's supposed to give better traction on the ground, but you've never seen anything like it. And they're large. Whatever's making these wagon tracks or vehicle tracks must be pretty hefty machines. And whenever you see these tracks, it looks like they're actually cutting through this field and creating these paths. You see some of them go and the bones are completely spread to either side like a small gully, and in some places it looks like enough of these things have gone up over the bones to create a path that actually goes up over the hills. You can see some that look like banks, that looks like the wheels have gone up and have made a very large turn on the banks, almost going vertical to the perpendicular to the ground before coming back down.
I think it's an imp on wheels. I have no idea.
I'll head up. I'll head forward. Are you turning into the devil, Sean? Because you've gone really red.
I don't know the
It's fantastic.
whatever the filter on Zoom is that decides what color you should be or how the light should reflect off you. It definitely likes to
I wish I
be
did
a
one
more
for me.
ruddy,
You could make me green.
a more ruddy complexion.
He's all hail and well
look-
met. I am your diabolical.
Look at me now.
disembodied DM."
now it's better, right?
Did you open up a menu on your computer? Because the light on the screen can really affect you.
I didn't, but maybe that's
Carry
So-
on.
no
Carry
problem.
on.
I will continue on, keeping my eyes peeled.
After stepping through about 50 feet or so, you don't see anything other than these jagged pieces of bones, skulls, some of them 5 feet wide with massive maw of sharp teeth just sort of sticking out of the sides of these large hills filled with bones, just sort of looking like it's going to snap the first thing that steps in it. But you see no movement. You hear nothing.
Oh, that looks too inviting.
I'm going to have a look at that then.
Right. You climb up one of these drifts and get a better look of this area. And the bone field that you're in is not that long, not that wide. You'll be able to get through it after probably just another hour's travel. But it is very wide in either direction. Going around it would be a very long process.
Okay.
Make a perception check.
No, I want to keep the same one I had before.
Oh, you got the same one you had before. Well, yeah.
Oh, no. I was
Fair.
talking about the natural 20. I'll roll again.
Yeah.
16.
16. You see a glint of, it's not really a reflection of light, it's just a different texture than what all's around you. There's something not too far away from where you are, looks like it is near one of these tracks that goes through this bone field that is not quite like everything else around it.
Oh, that's got to be treasure.
I will head in that direction,
All right.
keeping my eyes peeled.
What are
DM,
the rest
have
of
we-
you doing?
Yeah, DM, have we lost sight of Jax kind of
Yeah,
moving
he's-
in and out?
I was
of
going to
the
say, I would have said he was probably staying only 50 feet up ahead, so...
The problem with that is, Jax, as you step into these fields, they twist and turn almost purposefully so. So after stepping into it, only after a few feet, you go around a corner and they have lost sight of you.
Okay. I'm not going stealthily, so if they can hear me, then they may hear me.
I will.
Interesting choice.
I will follow him. Maybe I'm gonna sit down with the group and tell someone to shake me awake if something happens, but follow with the imp sight. Obviously, I can't communicate to Jax, but
Very well.
well,
Is the imp visible?
no,
Okay.
but
Would have killed
well,
her familiar.
maybe
Yeah.
communicate this to him that this is going to be happening, so I can communicate to the rest of the group what's going on.
Very well.
I know it's retconny, but if that's not okay, that's fine. But
That's fine. So you have an imp that is following you. Anybody else have anything they wish to do while you're waiting to hear from your adventurous friend?
In the meantime, I've given some of my water to Persephone and maybe a little bit to Lulu as well. See if she'll drink a little bit.
She does.
Welcome. You should take care of yourself, little one.
I don't know this place. It's not familiar.
I consider that a mark for your character, then.
Jax, you approach this, and this is in fact one of these large vehicles that you had assumed was in here somewhere. Okay, so on the tracks. It is not in good shape. You are able to see that immediately. However, it is fascinating. Huge wheels that look like circular saws almost.
I'm going to
This-
get in the seat.
This thing has been designed to be looking somewhat like almost like constructed like an animal, like some sort of creeping beetle. It's got two horns that come out the front. Looks like they're meant to scoop things, and it has a long spike in the back, but it's destroyed. You can see damage has been done to it. Large tears have been taken out of it by something immense. It's been broken. You are able to find what was probably a seat and sit down in it.
Group will
but-
probably come around the corner and he's going,
I've got no idea what sort of noise this would make.
Do the rest of you enter to find Jax?
Yeah, I think given the amount of time, we've at least got to get the party up and moving.
All right,
I think as I'm describing and I see this start to happen, I just drop the senses and say, "We need to go."
So you enter the bone drift.
Beep beep. I don't know if that does that either.
Something feels right about saying beep. I don't know why.
Beep, beep, I'm a sheep. I said, beep, beep, I'm a sheep.
You all see Jax sitting on a vehicle that looks like this. It's about 20 feet long, about 6 feet wide, armored, construction out of bits and pieces of salvaged metal. You see rivets and pieces that have been fit together and melted together by something emitting immense heat. But again, it is a wreckage. It is up on its side, mostly covered by bones.
Sean, would I know this to be an infernal machine and how it works?
Make an intelligence check.
I might have clicked that twice. Yes, I did. 11.
An 11. You can surmise that this is certainly a machine, and given that it's in hell, infernal machine would be an apt descriptor. However, you had no idea that this was what was being referred to when that phrase was spoken to you, and you have no idea how to get it to work.
Oh, okay.
I start kicking it like you'd kick a horse.
All right. There's a loud ping, ting, ting, ping, ting, 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 as bits and pieces of it fall off and make a clattering sound.
That
and
doesn't
you
work.
see a nearby mound of these bones just shift.
Did anyone else see that?
I'm gonna hide.
I'm hiding.
As
Drums.
coming up out of this bone drift is this large creature. You look at it, it looks like it's some sort of bizarre amalgamation of bones. Like, well, unfortunately, the only descriptor that I can think of that is apt is like a Voltron made out of several different skeletons as it rises up. Its arms made out of complete skeletons. There's one that, like the end of its hand is a skull, but then a skeletal hand extends beyond the skull, the open mouth, so that the skull is actually more of like a wrist guard. It's difficult to see where the face would be. There's a huge tusk. There's a long spine that's attached to it that's coming out. It looks like it might have been a tail, but is waving around more like a tentacle. One of these comes up out of the bone drifts to one side of you, and then another comes up from a little further away. And my friends, once I put you on the battle map, we will have combat!
Combat?
Fighting the Bonetron.
But why? But why?
Why can't we all just
Why can't
discuss our
we be
feelings?
friends?
I can see the one in the middle.
Maybe
Please be
they
so
want-
kind as to put yourselves on the board where you think you would have been.
On the
Jax,
bone.
you are over here near this thing.
I see where the gear shift is. It's the one in the middle.
Is there a general area, DM, that we should place northeast, southwest, corner, top,
I
bottom?
would say reasonably close to where Jax is. These large tracks that you see in the middle, these are the easiest places through which to traverse. Everywhere else is difficult terrain. Interesting. That's where you all wish to be?
Well,
Not now.
Ow.
I'm wanting you to put yourself where you think you would have been before I placed the monsters, but I suppose that's a little bit too much wistful thinking on my part. So
I don't see any. Oh, now there's one.
Yeah.
I wanted you to have
'Cause-
them on there before.
Yeah.
Have you placed before I showed you where they were?
Gotcha.
They rise up just.
Look at that new
Bargadon.
Look at that new token, Persephone.
Yeah, look at that new token.
So pretty.
Oh my god!
She looks exhausted.
He does.
You're
She
feeling
looks what?
super tired, but
What
your
a
hair has never
Kind
looked
thing
better.
to say.
I didn't hear what did you say?
2 points. 2 points of exhaustion. Never mind.
I look 2 points of exhaustion.
Okay, I have what I need up. Therefore, here is the initiative tracker. These are old initiatives. Let us clear those over the way.
Yeah.
Did I manage to
begin
get a
anew.
hide off before?
Yes, you did.
Oh, okay. So shall I roll for stealth then?
I would appreciate that. Yes.
16.
Let's see. Did that work?
Oh, there we go. Look at me rolling like I'm doing something.
Oh, God.
Edie Typhon.
There
my
it is.
goodness.
Okay. I see a Persephone. I see a Silas. I see a Falkrunn. I see an Islin. I see a Typhon and a Jax.
And just a reminder as we're going into this, initiative is an ability check, correct?
Oh.
It's a dexterity check.
It is. Yes, you are right. Interesting.
Jax, the
Um,
most
so
dexterous in the
disadvantage.
group, comes last.
For some reason, Let me just double check something because roll 20, beyond 20 is not registering my initiative roll. Let me see if it's registering my attack rolls. It is. Okay, so I will manually insert my monster here. And I will give the initiative that I rolled. And now I believe we are ready to go. At the top of the order, we have Typhon at 26.1.
I'm really close. I will have just get away and assess how strong these things are. I will have my imp distract, and I will cast Shocking Grasp upon it.
Right.
Attacking at a 26 to hit.
26 is a hit.
12 points of lightning.
All right. As your blast hits it, you see bits and pieces of this bone that is on it just sort of falling off of it, like raining off of it as it takes damage. Just some of them small, some of them complete skeletons that are very tiny creatures, imps perhaps, just falling off of it. Others are bits and pieces of larger creatures. Thank you.
Gotcha.
So how much damage was it again?
12.
12 points of damage. Thank you very much.
Before the next
Anything else
person
from you, Typhon?
goes.
15,
Oh, go on,
25, 30.
Before the next person goes, does everyone want to roll a d20 for a d6 inspiration? Thank you very much to Snake Spinner 007. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
have a
I'm rolling like
chance.
crap.
Remember, this needs to be used today, not by me.
Ooh. I think I'm in the lead.
No,
I think
it
I'm in
is.
the lead.
Oh, you are with a... Oh, well, all right then.
Oh no, Typhon. Typhon's in the lead with 14. DM.
Typhon's got the lead.
That's DM roll.
I won Typhon's
Intro?
first inspiration
Yeah.
win.
Thank you very much, Snake Spinner.
Thank you, Snake Spinner.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your support. Now allow me to destroy these people. Anything else from you, Typhon?
It's Snake Spinner too. What a beautiful! It was meant for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Let's
It's funny
ring.
how that works out. No, I'm done. Thank you.
That's the first time
mean-
it's like this is crap.
I mean, I heard that there was a DM that killed a character on another show.
What?
So, I mean,
He messaged me
Something
afterwards.
It's not a competition, DM.
He messaged me afterwards and
not
said
a
I meant to do
competition.
that. I wanted
Yeah.
Liz dead. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Get out of bed the wrong way?
Not what
or-
I said at all.
Speaking of,
we'll bring us to Falkrunn.
speaking of characters who have died, Falkrunn charges in. So she's going to move up 5. So, Sean, if I'm moving along this, am I able to get without traveling along the difficult terrain, or am I at difficult terrain?
So the terrain that is not difficult, or it's yes. So the interesting, yes. The graphic definitely extends into some of the areas that do not have that are not meant to be. So let me just quickly draw a channel here. So as long as you are relatively, as long as you are touching a square that is one of those that is one of those who are not in difficult terrain.
Fantastic.
I'll do something there like that.
Okay, so Falkrunn charges up to the Bone Juggernaut, and she draws Quietus to see if she'll do any sort of beauty damage to this creature.
Alrighty.
So she swings, and with a 24 to hit.
24 is a hit.
Excellent. And does Quietus do extra damage?
It does. Quietus is brimming with enthusiasm as it encounters these things.
It's my favorite kind of Toll the Dead. Is the all right, so that's going to be. Hang on a second. Let me get my d8s rolling. All right, so that's 2d8. Fantastic. So then that's an additional 5 to that. So that's 15 radiant damage.
Very nice.
Yeah. But that's going to be. Okay, well I learned something. So
it's always good.
Yeah, it's always good. And then I'm going to go ahead and take an extra moment to cast Healing Word onto Persephone, which I don't think is going to help her. It's not going to help her exhaustion at all, right?
No, unfortunately.
Well, it'll help her ouchies. So, all right. So healing word cast to Persephone, and you get 10 life back.
Thanks.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's teamwork.
All right. And that's Falkrunn.
Cool. Thank you, Falkrunn. All right, I am just about done drawing this nonsense. There we go.
Oh my god, the bones are covered in lava!
The bones and the floor is lava.
The lava
This is hell!
The lava is bones. Okay, Yislin, it's your turn.
Ignore the roll. I meant to put the spell up.
Okay.
She's going to cast Hex on the bone monstrosity that is engaged with her bonus action. And with her action, she is going to shoot her short bow at it.
All right. So that was Hexblade's Curth is upon it.
26!
26 is a hit. Good rolls, everyone.
Thank you. So because it is engaged,
That is sneak attack.
that would be 15 points of damage, and I can re-roll the hex, but the one that I rolled earlier was the 4. If you want to add that,
Sure, we'll add that.
19.
19 total. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just gonna move a little bit into this bone pile to kind of not be in the way. It's the end of my turn.
Okay. On its turn, this creature that is right here close to you all of a sudden shivers and collapses in an avalanche of bones that just spreads out along the entire area, encompassing everyone around it within 10 feet. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
Did we win?
That's a success from Persephone.
So,
All right.
but I should roll again, right?
Yep.
Because I have disadvantage.
Yep, disadvantage.
All right. I'm gonna.
Yes. Oh, hang on.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my inspiration to roll with advantage.
Very well.
Falkrunn and Windows and whatnot. I'm so glad
So,
I did. I rolled a
there's
10.
10. So I see
a 9
success,
and a 10.
a success from Persephone, a success from Silas, a success from
Oh.
a fail from Typhon and a fail from Falkrunn.
Oh, but come on.
As these bones come flying down around you, just bits and pieces are scraping you. It almost as if this thing actually, instead of collapsing, it almost turns into an ooze for a second as the bits and pieces spread out and then reform into the shape that it originally was. Everybody who failed, please take 16 points of bludgeoning damage or half as much on a save.
I think Typhon is out of the range.
I am. It's for the imp, which I was going to ask about. If it's 10,
If the imp is flying, then no, it went along the ground.
Oh, okay, cool. Never mind.
So
who failed a save?
So to be
everybody
clear,
who rolled below a 14 failed.
So to be clear, it was me. Yeah.
Yes.
That
It was Falkrunn.
Yeah.
So 16 points of bludgeoning, Falkrunn.
And
As
the
this
game,
other creature
kill la kill.
And before we go any further,
to
apparently
here.
it's time to annoy Sean. That's what Pixel's
Fine.
saying.
I
You
enjoyed
could
it.
wait for him to finish the sentence. That would be a
No,
crazy thing.
it clearly states time to annoy Sean. So, Sean, if you want to roll a D100 for a Healy potion, thank you very much to Pixie Quid.
I was going to say it had to be Pixie.
Yeah.
Oh, a D100, of course. I apologize. Ooh, a 4. That means nobody gets anything. Right?
What? No.
No.
What? No.
It's a basic healing potion that appears in... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. In Silas's pack.
Silas's pack. Make sure you add it, Silas. Thank you very much, Pixie. Much appreciated.
Woo.
So the other one comes and stands and looms over Yislin, and the exact same thing happens. I need a dexterity saving throw from Yislin, and it looks like I need it from Falkrunn again.
Oh, that's
son of a bee sting. All right.
That's hard.
God damn.
1 point of exhaustion is a disadvantage for saving throws, or 2?
1 point is a disadvantage on skill checks,
Skill checks. Yeah.
but not saving throws. It's 2
That's-
that is.
Okay.
It's 3.
I rolled a 2.
A 2. All right.
Oh,
Time to roll some damage.
Look, I'm the person who got stuck trying to jump through a window, all right? Like, no one can give me guff. Also, Sean hasn't killed me
11
yet.
points of bludgeoning damage as just as you've recovered from being hit by a wave from one, another one just hits you again. Exactly. Fantastic. That's great role playing right there. That's commitment.
Tess, you don't have disadvantage on saving throws.
Yeah, I meant to tell you earlier, Tess, you succeeded with both of them, so it didn't matter. But yes, the exhaustion does not give you disadvantage on
3
saving
levels.
throws until level 3.
Awesome.
Thanks, Ethan.
So that is skeletal juggernauts are done, which will bring us to Persephone.
All right, I'm
God.
gonna attack the one right in front of me. Roll. Why isn't it rolling?
As it reforms, it seems a little bit more structurally.
Nice.
Never mind. It does not.
26 to hit. 11.
26 is a hit.
Piercing.
Very good.
I'm going to do the same thing again with a 19 to hit.
That is a hit.
13 magical piercing,
Fantastic.
and with a non-magical weapon, a crit.
Of course.
The rest of us might as well just go home. I
Fantastic.
think.
That dagger.
Yeah.
So 6 non-magical.
Very good. Persephone, I want to remind you that you have bardic inspirations to use to make yourself far more formidable.
Yeah, but I don't want to waste them.
I understand. Just reminding you.
Do it.
Anything else, Persephone?
No, that's me for now.
Okay. Which will bring us to Jax.
Okay, Jax is sneaking and will go beneath the imp
Okay.
and
Don't forget about, that's not going to be an issue, but just for future reference, difficult terrain.
I will stab a man. I take it at 16. He cannot see me.
He cannot. You stealth.
20.
Natural
Critical.
20. Oh my goodness.
With damage of
Yikes.
32.
32, making me do math.
32 damage.
Very good. As you come running up to it, you slice a part of it. You think you see a tendon, and as you slice it, you see the tendon snap up its back, and as it does, massive parts of this creature just start falling off around you.
Is it
Just
dead?
raining bones and skeletons. Nope, not dead.
I said, no. Oh, God, I use Fury of the Small.
Okay.
And stab it again with a 6. What is it? Well, by 7th level. 7 hit points extra.
7 hit points extra. Okay.
And then
Very good.
Then I disengage.
Were you... This was the... I see. This was the stealth left over from the beginning of the...
Yes.
Beginning. Got it. Okay.
I'll sit back
Are
in
you
my
done,
chair
Jax?
and relax. Yes.
Okay. Silas, it's your turn.
Just a quick tale of the tape. The thing directly in front of me, has it taken damage at all?
It has. It's just got seriously bipped by both Persephone and Jax.
But it does indeed appear to be taking damage. It reformed. It's not
Very difficult to determine, to be honest. When it came back together, it seemed to have bone that had been completely rearranged from what it was before. And you have no basis of reference for whether or not this thing has been damaged. You see no blood, you see no wounds. Difficult to know.
okay. I'm simply going to step up and, wielding my elven glaive, take a swipe at it.
All right.
I'm under no disadvantage or advantage at the time, so just going to take a straight shot. Rolling an 18 to hit.
That is a hit.
And damage on that is going to be 10 points magic.
All right.
And are any of my friends? I'm right next to Persephone. Is she grievously wounded? Is she dying? Or just where we've taken some shots?
She's okay. difficult. Again, each one of those things. She could certainly benefit from healing, but depending on how the next round goes, maybe you could wait around. It's
okay.
It's
in that case, I'm actually going to turn the healing power that's granted to me by Vandria inside, and with a mighty Frizzapple, I'm going to lay on hands. Is that an action? No, that's an action. Never mind. I'll
laying on hands is an action.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, man, weenie stuff. I'm just going to action surge and take another shot at this thing.
Right.
Fight or fight.
Yeah. Rolling a 12 to hit.
12 is not a hit.
All right.
Fireplace.
Then I'll step forward closer and end my turn there.
All right. That is the end of the first round. At the top of the second round, we have Typhon.
We haven't talked a lot about this, so would delivering a spell to a friendly creature via the imp break invisibility, as it uses its reaction to deliver the spell that I cast? I know you talked about it in the context of if it delivered a spell attack, breaking the invisibility. But
yeah, if it's the specific wording is attack, as long as what it is doing is not constituted as an attack, then it should not be.
Okay.
I would probably say that if it was using a natural ability like a breath weapon or something like that, that would also break invisibility, even though it doesn't specifically say attack. But a spell that does damage would break it, but a spell that is does not does damage would not.
Okay. In that case, sorry, playing favorites. I will have this imp use its action to distract this one.
Okay.
Then I will have it fly here, and I will then cast Protection from Evil and Good on Eastland, who's sort of cornered with the other big one, and it will use its reaction to deliver that spell to her.
Very good. Protection from Evil of Good is up on Eastland. I believe that is your turn, Typhon?
That's it. So I'm going to move one more step back.
Brings us to Falkrunn. You're muted.
I am going to cast a Cone of Silence. Dispersed. So I'm going to go ahead and turn undead.
All right.
So I will need a wisdom save from each of these creatures.
Indeed you will. As you call forth the holy power of your mater to turn undead, you close your eyes and send forth a burst of holy energy, but as soon as it emits from your body, you almost feel as if it's being contained by the environment around you, and it's not nearly as effective as you would have hoped it would have been. So, I have a success on the one that is currently closest to you. Great. But I have a fail on the one that is furthest away from you. But as the wave of energy goes over it, you see it kind of bear down and brace itself almost against the wind as this power passes over it. And you see bits and pieces of it flying away and being destroyed and turned into ash. However, it is not fleeing from the might of your spell.
Ooh. Well, that's not good. And I'm going to go ahead and take my bonus action to pop a healing potion.
Very good.
And then
that is a house rule, everybody who's watching and saying, "Hey, wait a minute."
What? Yeah. So, and then that'll be me, DM.
Okay.
I had actually forgotten that, so thank you, Falkrunn.
Healer in more ways than one.
Alrighty. That will bring us to Eastland. Eastland, you are affected by a protection from evil and good.
Yay. She is going to bonus action disengage from the one that is in front of her and use her movement 5. Is the machine difficult terrain?
You would... Yes, it is.
Okay, so 5.
It's because you're climbing, so and as you climb, it's difficult terrain. So
Okay. Can she hide? Can she hide from using the bone piles surrounding her?
yeah, there's a cover all around, so you cannot bonus action hide, but you can hide as your
As my
action.
No, I forgot that I disengaged as my
Right.
bonus action. So I will. Do I have line of sight? Is I assume the bones are not too high.
Yeah, they're standing about 12 feet tall. You have
All right.
line of sight, no problem.
Then she will take another attack with her Hellfire shortbow.
Not at advantage, but that is a hit. You do get sneak attack because it is engaged with your allies.
Why did that roll twice? Okay, 17.
17.
And
wow.
Then a bonus ouchies of 5. 23. 22.
Right.
Math.
The arrow passes right through the center of its mass, and there's a clattering sound as it just falls to pieces. But in its place, spring up. One moment, please. I have quite a few things to click upon. That should do it. That many skeletons. Let's see, I think there might be one under you, Falkrunn. Yes, I'm going to move that to here. And there should be one more. Got lost in the shuffle. Put him there.
Good, because I was thinking it wasn't quite enough.
Oh my god.
So it just falls to pieces. And as it does, the pieces reform and stand up again, completely a mishmash of just bones, but they're all vaguely skeleton shape, and they lurch and walk around, coming to attack you.
Sean,
Anything?
Yes, 2 quick questions. One, was a successful saving throw against that original bone attack half damage or 0 damage?
Half damage.
It was half damage, so half
Yes.
of 11 would be 5 from the one that I succeeded.
However, do you have evasion yet? You do not have evasion yet, so
Okay. The other question I had is, did that count towards felling a hostile creature for the temporary hit point bonus, even though they reformed as little guys? Do I get the bonus of destroying?
That's a good question. I'm going to say yes.
Thank you.
It was reduced to 0 hit points. It was felled. The fact that more things have come up, more targets have come up, is a separate issue.
Okay, that's the end of my turn then.
All right. The remaining Bone Juggernaut steps forward to here. Let's see if he gets his special attack back. Does not. And it reaches out. It did not like that power coming off of Falkrunn. So Falkrunn, once again, here, I swear I don't do it on purpose. 2 huge claw attacks come at you. One hitting AC 13.
Is a miss?
And the other hitting AC 21.
Ah, that is a hit.
9 points of slashing damage as it just rips into your back.
Oh, Sean's looking to give me a good ribbing.
Da, 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 da.
Hope you found that humorous.
You can go.
This is why he kills you.
Yeah.
He swears he doesn't do it on purpose, but it is subconscious.
No, he's had a bone to pick with Sneak.
Just
quite some
calcified in his brain, you know.
time. Yeah.
So Islin went there. Yes. Okay. Good. We're good. That will bring us to. Boop, boop, boop. Sorry, I'm a little behind on the turn track order, but now we're good with Persephone.
Okay, how are you doing, Falkrunn?
I've taken a fair bit of drumming, but I'm still good. I am well enough.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna move to there. And I'm going to attack with my rapier for a 15 to hit, 12.
15 is a hit.
On this guy.
All right.
He's still up.
He is.
Yep.
Although that was a mighty blow.
And I'll just finish him off with 6 more.
I'm afraid a 9 does not hit.
Dang it.
The critical misses.
All right. Well, then let's see if ye olde trusty dagger.
That is a hit, and as you strike once with the rapier, strike again, missing, you spin around and slash through its spinal column with the dagger, and it falls dead.
Excellent. That's all I'll do for now.
Very good. That will bring us to Jax.
I'll look below me and see Yuzlin. I'm driving. Don't nick my seat. And I will step over her. She's below me. Probably tread on her shoulder onto the next part and stab one in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
For a natural one.
I'm afraid that does not hit.
I will stay there.
Very well. Anything else from you, Jax?
Can I pull my other dagger and have a go?
Sure.
I'm gonna do this.
Remember to not add your ability modifier. It's just the dice roll.
Yeah,
For damage.
I'm gonna use the same. Oh, don't worry about it.
Okay, no problem. With an 11, it does not hit.
Oh, 12. It'll be
Counting up, it's gonna be great
It'll
soon.
be a 12 because I'm flanking.
Still wouldn't hit, I'm afraid.
Whatever.
Anything else from you, Jax?
No, I'm done.
All right, Silas.
This is another fine mess you've gotten us into.
Wasn't me.
Well, it is my job.
Yes, I suppose so.
Technically, it's Jax's fault. Let's be real. Noisemaker.
No, definitely not. I was trying to get this machine working.
As we
This
see the
infernal
graphic and
machine.
it's clearly just completely collapsed.
I'm going to take a shot at this. I'm going to brandish my Everkeen glaive, moon touched, and I'm going to invoke Vandria with a mighty Aftelis Star Thiramen Tanars. I am going to attempt to turn the unholy.
Panel Divinity, turn the unholy. As an action, you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer, censoring fiends and undead. Using your channel, each fiend you can see you must make a wisdom saving throw. Creature fails its saving throw is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage. Turn creature must spend its turn. All right, so this is, I'm going to say, in the same purview as turn undead.
Yeah.
So once again, as this power emanates from you, you feel it extend gloriously, but then it is pushed down and the light is dimmed. However, it did still take effect, and
with a 30-foot radius, it should affect everything on the board.
Indeed. Does that destroy things below a certain level?
No.
Okay.
It is a straight turn, failing a wisdom saving throw.
All right. The bone creature has succeeded, although it appears again as this holy energy passes over it, it does seem to take some damage. The rest, however, I have quite a few to roll.
Is a 15 a success, Silas?
Yes.
Okay. My imp's a fiend.
And your imp has survived?
I've been called a fiend.
So far, I've got
Can't
one
spell properly,
success.
so it could mean friend.
I have 2 successes. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, okay. These 3, does it happen immediately or on their turn? Turn creatures must spend its turns. Got it. All right. I will mark the ones that have been turned. If I can. Here we go. Turned. Turned.
Turned. I think
Turned?
That's what we say. Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Is that what the kids say? Got it.
Yeah.
You don't
Turned.
got turned.
Yep. Turned.
For what?
Turned. And
Not turned up.
Turned.
and not turned down.
Those are the ones that have been turned. The two that are in the top here made their saving throws.
And
That will. Sorry.
I've still got actions,
Very well.
movements, and things. And upon finishing the flourish with my glaive, I'm going to use a bonus action to short rest. I'm sorry, to short rest, to second
I
rest.
was like,
Sorry.
that's impressive.
I want that action.
Wow.
Freeze time for an hour.
I'm not
Paladins.
entirely here. I'm not
Silas
entirely
goes.
here.
I'm on break.
You'll
Rope
reappear.
trick.
You'll reappear in 1 hour.
I'm just waiting for everyone else to make a mistake. It's fine.
I'm sure it'll happen. 7 points of healing to Silas Kon as a bonus action.
And then I'm done.
Let's see
Done,
here.
Silas.
So your action was to turn the unholy. Bonus
And
action was second wind. You
Yeah.
are done.
Yes.
Typhon.
Well, that was convenient. Let's try and focus down other big baddie here. I'll do this, and let's see if Chill Touch works against this guy. To hit is 19 again? Or
19
26?
is a hit.
Yeah, 26. Oh. Does he take 1 or 2 necrotic damage?
A little
Can I tell?
goes out. It's difficult to tell. Anything else from you, Typhon?
No, I can't tell if he resisted the damage or not.
You cannot.
Okay. All right.
Not with just 2.
All right.
The skeletons are next on the initial tracker, but because of a little mistake I made, they are not visible to you. But trust me, they are next.
Those are fast skeletons.
Yes, 1 steps forward. The two ones that did not succeed, that did succeed on their saving throws being turned, step forward and attack Persephone. Both of them using just claws. One of them hits AC 13.
Miss.
And the other one hits AC 17.
Good.
Just well done. I mean,
I don't want to use it on a skeleton.
all right.
I only get
5
some-
points of piercing then. The rest run. Anybody who wishes to may take an attack of opportunity as they run by you.
Yes, we do.
No.
All right,
No.
go
No,
ahead,
Jax.
Jax.
Yes, he
Oops.
does.
I only get
No, we will.
27 to hit.
27 is a hit.
And just
On
as
which
a-
one?
Eddie will
The one here right in front of you?
Pick one next to me. Yeah, 21
Yeah, I'll
damage.
give him a red 21. Well, as you strike it, the effect of the turn undead dissipates as it takes damage. However, you did so much damage that it falls dead.
Oh, it's dead.
Indeed.
Deaded.
Doubly dead.
Can you take the red lines off at any chance?
Sure.
Yeah.
If they are not helping, then I will definitely take them away. One moment, please.
I think we've got the idea.
You got it.
Yeah,
Got
just
it.
out of curiosity, while
Yeah.
that's happening, did the skeletal juggernaut roll its save?
It's past its save, yes.
Okay.
I need to be on this level and then do this.
So is it difficult terrain
And-
for them as well?
It doesn't appear to be, actually. Let's see. So that was the one that you killed is gone. Falkrunn, are you attacking as anyone goes by?
Oh no, Falkrunn's turning her attention towards the Juggernaut. which
All
is
right,
still
so Persephone,
in
you
front of her.
attacked, but it looks like you missed, so it stays turned
with an 11.
with
Turned.
an 11 a turn missed. So the rest run and they go over a ridge in the bone drifts here and are out of sight and can no longer be seen. Although if you went searching for them, you could no doubt find them running away. That will bring us to Falkrunn.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull Quietus and hit this Juggernaut in front of me. Well, we'll see. With a 14 to hit.
14 is a hit.
Ah, hot dog. All right, cool. So that'll be that undead damage. So that's going to be 9 plus 5 is 14 radiant damage.
All right.
Is anyone else looking worse the wear than me? I said, Persephone, I saw you getting attacked, but are you doing okay?
Persephone's all right.
All right. Then I'm good. That's my turn.
All right. Eastland?
Eastland will use her bonus action to change the target of her hex to the skeleton to the left of Persephone.
Very good.
And will use her Hellfire Shortbow, rolling a 26.
That is a hit.
For 15 plus 5. 20.
It explodes into clouds of bony dust.
That is the end of my turn.
Very good. The Juggernaut goes.
Juggernaut.
As it once again collapses, and this sort of group of just bony chaos extends around it in 10 feet.
Can you Juggernaut?
I Jugger can.
Awesome.
That's the best one of the night.
That's
so
my
far.
favorite so far.
Really?
I roll at disadvantage now, don't I?
We'll see about that.
Gallon.
So please, dexterity saving throws from Silas and from Falkrunn.
Of course. Watch me fail this with a plum. A 12.
Oh my god.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I rolled a 2. I was looking at Silas.
I'm afraid both a 12 and a 2 fail. The two of you both take 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Damn it.
So Falkrunn is pretty unhappy at this point.
Is that all you got?
Okay.
Persephone, it is your turn.
All right. Well, let's see if we can finish off the skeleton first. The one right in front of me.
That is a hit.
11 piercing.
Very well.
Still standing, I presume.
It is indeed.
25.
25 is a hit, and it goes down.
And then I'm going to cast Healing Word on Falkrunn. There we go. 6 points for ya. Nothing exciting.
Yeah.
Anything else from you, Persephone?
That's me.
Right.
Actually, I'll just move a little. Okay.
Okay. Jax, you are up.
Oh, let's just see him all run from me. And he'll charge in. Or jump over the bones and try and stab that one.
All right.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Yes,
My goodness.
Jax.
Oh,
Here
hello.
comes the dice barf.
Oh, yeah.
23, 30, 31. No, 34.
31. 34.
Is that right? 23. 34. Yeah, 34.
Okay. Got it. All right. Anything else from you, Jax?
Oh, it didn't go down.
I disengage.
Nope. Once again, you remembering where to strike it from based on when you saw the other one, you strike at a tendon, and first nothing happens, and then just the entire back section of this pile of bones just falls down around you, burying you just a little bit. Typhon.
Alrighty. I'm going to repeat my experiment, this time hopefully with results that can tell me something and actually do some damage. Let's go with a 24 to hit.
24.
For 9 necrotic damage?
9 necrotic damage. Based on that damage, it appears that the spell is working as you would expect it to.
Beautiful. All right. That's about all I got.
All right.
I will... Yeah, I used my advantage. Okay, yep, good go.
All right. The skeletons continue to run, which brings us to Falkrunn.
Just out of curiosity, I think after Jax went was Silas.
It should have been. Was that not the turn that you did your Censure Undead and
No,
Did
you
all
skipped
that?
him.
No,
Did I
Jax
skip
just
him?
did a sneak attack.
Just
Yeah.
did a sneak attack. I
I-
think I must have been
turned undead
confused
a
because of.
round ago.
I think I must have been confused because of the attack of opportunity that he made. I am sorry, Silas. Please take your turn now.
Okay, just going to step forward and. Actually, I'm not even going to step forward. I'm just going to stab it from where I am.
Yeah.
Going to stab it from where I am. But I'm going to use the ability that I had gained when I was honing myself. Likely, if I miss this, I can decide after. Luckily, haha. With a roll of 19.
19 is a hit.
Okay, then I'll just hit it. Doing 13 points of magical damage.
13 points of magical damage. Alrighty, got it.
And that'll be it for me.
All right. Sorry about that, Silas. So Silas went, and we're back to the top of the round with Typhon. Typhon went. Skeletons continue to run, which now brings us to Falkrunn. We are back on track.
Okay. I'm going to toll the dead on this creature. So
Very well.
I need a sweet wisdom save from you.
Necrotic damage works.
Yeah.
He calls out.
Yeah.
I have a roll of a 14.
And you needed a 15.
Well,
All
then
right.
he takes the damage.
Sweet sassy molassie, and this creature
Really-
has
really good roll for this thing.
this creature has it's missing some of its hit
It is
point.
indeed.
Yes, lovely. So I get to roll them d12s for 16 points
Very
of necrotic
nice.
damage.
Nice.
And then Falkrunn's going to take her bonus action, and she's going to pull the final potion she has in her pack because she's looking a little rough for the wear. And then that'll be her turn.
Very good. Eastland.
It's still up. Oh,
It's still up.
gross. All right. She's going to use her bonus action to change the hex to the monstrosity, and she will shoot.
22 is a hit.
Why? Let's see. 20 plus
20.
23.
Very strong hit. It is still up.
No.
It's now its turn. D6,
tried.
see if it gets its ability back. It does not.
Yay.
It did not care for the centering attack from before, and it steps forward to attack Silas with its skeletal claws. 1 attack and 2 attack. I have hit AC 23 for 11 points of slashing and AC 13, which I assume misses. That will bring us to Persephone.
Excellent. Okay, I am going to do. Man, that's probably already done, but still gonna do it. I'm gonna do a defensive flourish here. Why did it do that? Is that my extra damage?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that is your extra damage, indeed.
All right. So defensive flourish with rapier. So 17 to hit. Is it?
17 is a hit.
So 12 piercing. And
Okay,
still up?
it is.
Ugh.
Although it's sort of rattling and wriggling, you know, it's barely just sort of. You see the legs of it sort of are buckling. It's barely maintaining structural integrity.
Use the
The
dagger.
second attack is a miss, as is the dagger, missing for the first time in who knows how long.
Ever. And my AC went up too, so it better not try and hit me.
Indeed it did. So I'm just cycling through this until I figure out where I was. That is Persephone finished. Up deck to Jax.
Okay. I will. So 5, 10 to there. Can I hide? Bonus action hide there.
Yeah, there's bones piled everywhere, and you're small enough. I would say you could wriggle in there without too much trouble.
29.
29 is a hit.
Stealth to 5 foot, so that's 5, 10, 20 movement done. And then I will stab him, unless he can see me on a 29.
He cannot.
Oh my god, full 15 to hit, flanking.
You creep through the bones like a little burrowing insect.
I rolled a 4 and a 5.
And you come up, and a little dagger goes out and just sticks it in the foot, and that was all that was needed as it just collapses, and in its place spring up a bunch of skeletons.
Where did you come from?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see here. Beep, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 beep, beep, boop, 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 boop. And there they are. And
Jesus!
And I will use my reaction to disengage. My feet.
Again, they're not. Oh, I know why they're not. All right, they've rolled a 7, which puts them at the very end. Oh, that's bad though. Puts them at the very end of the initiative order, but that means they go next. So let's see.
So
After Silas, that is.
Yes.
So if they've appeared there, that's effectively the end of their turn. Yeah. No.
No. I'm afraid that.
Shit.
That will bring us to Silas, unless we have something else to do, Jax.
Nope. I can't use my skirmish ability because it's not the end of their turn.
That's right. Silas, it is your turn.
Oh, no! And is the Juggernaut gone?
It is. Christ. Thank you. It is gone.
Okay, there we go.
Gone, but still here somehow.
Gone, but not forgotten.
And just as a note, it looks like the HP on Roll20 are not updating from the D&D Beyond perfectly. Still.
After Silas's go, I need to butt in.
Oh, okay.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
You sure? I was going to do it at the beginning of the round. But we can do it now. That's fine. Thank you very much to Snake Spinner for a healing potion, Sean. And thank you very much to Pixie for inspiration. So if everyone wants to roll a D20 inspiration... Thank you very much, guys.
That doesn't already have it.
Oh, Silas is not getting it. Oh God,
no, Silas is not getting it.
There they are.
Typhon's getting it. Yeah, he's going.
Sure.
So who got that one? Jax? No,
I haven't rolled yet.
No, Typhon.
There we go. I have rolled an 11.
Typhon.
So Typhon wins the D20 inspiration. Add that to your D&D Beyond sheet. Thank you very much, guys. Much appreciated. I just wanted to add as well.
I need to roll another.
We are one follower away from 1,500 follows.
Oh my goodness!
Who's gonna do it?
Somebody follow us quick.
So 5. That is going into 1, 2, 3, 4 into Island's pouch.
Yay!
A normal healing potion. Make sure these get on the right layer. I believe that is all good now. Okay. Silas, your turn, please.
And we've just hit 1,500 follows. Welcome, Crossfire, our 1,500 follower. Thank you very much, guys.
Who is?
Very well.
Crossfire
and in
101.
honor of that...
Sorry, who is the 1,500 follower?
Crossfire 101. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
I'm going to quickly bonus action slurp one of those potions.
Indeed.
This is a regular healing potion. Anybody out there want to tell me what that does? It's a 2d4.
2d4 plus 2. Yeah. You know, with all these potions flying around, I might have to reevaluate whether or not I want to have drinking a potion on a bonus action be a thing. I'll have to think about
it. That's okay. I just crit failed on it.
Permanent.
So I didn't get much back.
I don't know. Everyone needs to roll again.
Is that a d20?
No, it's a d20, but it's for a d6 inspiration. So if you've already got one of them, you can't roll. Thank you very much again, Pixie.
Pixie!
Our patron.
So currently in the lead.
Natural 20, come on!
Oh,
Somebody got a 20.
That's going to Jax.
That is.
Is that everyone? Yes. Thank you very much, Pixie. It goes to me.
Yay, Pixie.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Hold on, I have to.
Yeah.
Hope she saw that. So that was my bonus action to quickly quaff a potion.
Indeed.
Gulp. It didn't help me much. And then I'm going to attack the skeleton directly to the north of myself.
All right, I'll give him a handy dandy little marker. Although he's probably going to go down with one hit.
And that is a 21 to hit.
That is a hit indeed.
And a 7 points magical damage.
7 points taken. Got it.
And that'll be it for me. I'm not going to do any movement or anything. So upon completing the dispatchment of said skeleton, I shall swing my glaive around and...
I'm sorry to interrupt, Silas, but that did not drop the skeleton.
Okay. Well, you said it would.
I had assumed it would, but it didn't, I'm afraid.
Then carry on.
Very well.
I was trying to filibuster for you, and then you turned it against me. I'm not going to do that again.
Well, no good deed and all that. Okay. So, now it is the skeleton's turn. Moves to here, moves to here, moves to here. Moves to here, moves to here, moves to here. All right. Here comes some attacks, friends. Against Persephone, we have 3 attacks with claws. Hitting AC 16. Don't forget your extra armor class because of your defensive flourish.
Oh, yeah. So it doesn't hit.
Right? AC 19.
I'm going to have, please allow me.
All right. So you use reaction. And as you block one, you realize you're just not going to quite have the time to get the blade back to block the other one. But then magically, the blade just goes over and blocks the other one as it attacks you. And your final hit hits AC 15, which does not hit.
Not hit.
So against Silas, we have 4 attacks.
And
Hitting AC 22.
That's 1 hit.
4 piercing. AC
4.
23.
That's a hit.
7, not 7. 5 piercing.
That's 2.
AC 6.
Miss.
And the last one is AC 8.
Miss.
Okay, against Falkrunn, we have 1. AC 16.
Okay.
That's just...
Yeah, it doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit.
But I would like step over Jax to make sure that
goblin.
he's...
That is...
Yeah.
I'm afraid it's not your turn to make such a move, Falkrunn.
No.
And somehow these skeletons have a preternatural sense of what it was that destroyed their former glorious form. And the remaining ones all attack Jax.
Bring it on.
AC 7.
Missed.
AC 15.
Missed.
AC 17.
Hit.
7 points of piercing.
I will uncanny dodge
Reduced
that
to
for
3.
free.
Yep. And that is the end, I believe, of all of the skeletons. Which
Was
will
that
bring
it,
us
you
back
bag
to
of bones?
top of the order with Typhon.
Cool. So we didn't really totally decide about lightning bolt aiming width and whatnot.
It's 5 feet. So
Yeah.
pick a square that is adjacent to you and then have it go within that 5-foot square.
But if I angle it to the side, for instance, I could do like this corner here, but that puts
It's
them within
difficult
5
for me.
feet.
It's difficult for me to see how a 5-foot square would not hit Persephone
Okay,
going
but
at a diagonal.
so if I put it,
Could you just
if I
take
started
one
it from
step
right
further?
here and go like this, it would be within 5 feet of 5 of them, but not the allies, correct?
Yeah, that looks appropriate to me.
Okay. In that case, I will do that to get
All right.
the 5 of them. Dex saves.
Lightning bolt is cast. a massive. It's out. I'm going to use my. Let's see. My blood, death, fire, frost, holy, magic. We'll go with magic as lightning bolt streaks out from Typhon's hands, and 4 saving throws, correct?
Correct.
And these are dex saves.
Dex.
I've got a 10. I've got an 11. I've got a 15, a 19. And is there one more that's taken it?
Yep.
One more. And an 18.
15's the number. So
15 is the number. So 3 have saved. What's the damage, though?
13.
13.
On a fail.
On a
27
fail.
is the full.
So all of the ones that you have struck are destroyed. That's blue, red. Wait, no. So red. What did you say? Blue, red, the one next to red, the one 2 farther over from red.
Correct.
And so all of them are gone.
Yeah.
Got it.
Dang.
Go away, you. Come on, mouse. Work with me. There we go. And that will be Typhon's turn done, and that will bring us to Falkrunn.
I'm going to turn undead.
Haha, I thought you might.
Yeah, just a little bit, right?
And you have, of course, destroy undead, correct?
Yes,
So
I do.
anybody who fails is zapped. Or do they even have to roll?
No, I think they do have to. Yeah, because it's still a wisdom.
Okay. So I've got a 17.
That'll pass.
Double check that. I feel like they might just get destroyed. I've got a 0.
So hang on. No, it says when a. I'm sorry. Did you say a 0?
Mm-hmm. 0, 1, 2.
Wow, that's all right. Yeah. So when an undead of CR half or lower fails its saving throw against your turn undead feature, the creature is instantly destroyed.
All right. 3 of them have been destroyed, leaving only 1 left.
What?
2 left.
That
Oh,
should
I'm
also
sorry.
get
I'm
the-
sorry.
Oh, yeah.
There's,
That's right. Yeah.
these were also destroyed.
Oh, lovely.
All of them except for 1 was destroyed.
And yeah, so
I have a feeling it's going down this turn, so we will say that is the end of combat as a blast of holy energy emanates from Falkrunn, destroying the undead. But once again, it did not have the power behind it that was expected, and these undead had a chance to not be destroyed, but they did not take it.
Falkrunn
they
brushes the bone dust off her shoulder and says, "Nobody hurts the goblin."
There's just a raining mist of cloudy bits and pieces of bone that descends upon you all and sort of gets stuck in and amongst your sweat. You have this film of bone grit that's clinging to you. But that is the end of combat. And, my friends, I believe that will be where we take our break. Just joining us, the party has descended from the floating city of Elturel down onto the very surface of Avernus, the first layer of the 9 hells. And they are getting a taste of what things are going to be like here for the time being. They have encountered a vast field of drifts of bones and fragments of bones. Either a massive battle was fought here, or these bodies and corpses have been piled here from other places in Avernus, which appears to be one vast battlefield that has been scoured and destroyed over and over and over again as the forces of the hells and the forces of the abyss have clashed over and over in the blood war. They have just defeated 2 monstrous creatures made of an amalgam of many different skeletons, and now they stand covered in gritty bone dust around this wreckage of bizarre machinery that Jax has found.
He jumps back up onto the seat.
Okay.
Sean, I'm going to search through the machinery.
Very good. Make an investigation check.
Could I help with that?
You
Actually,
could.
why don't I help you? Because your investigation is probably
Okay.
stronger than mine.
Oh, would you like me to look?
Yes. We'll
Oh.
look together.
I get advantage anyway, so you lot can keep.
Well, with a 24, it becomes immediately apparent that this has been scoured many, many times over. The only pieces that remain are those that are simply too heavy to lift without other machinery. Anything that would have been a part or a piece or a gear or a lever has been stripped. You see several places where things look like they've actually been cut away. There is nothing here.
Shall we press on?
I think that's the only thing we can do. Falkrunn, are you all right?
I am well enough. Is everyone? How's everyone else doing?
I've got some cuts and bruises.
Lulu flies back.
You know, we're not supposed to stay in here. We're supposed to keep moving.
Yes,
What have you been doing?
Well, I found a fairground ride.
We had a little battle. We're fine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should stay closer.
Just as long as you're staying safe.
I'm safe here. But I'll stay closer.
That's good.
You continue through these vast, bony hills, and as you do, you see some of them look like they've been purposefully constructed. You could see a path that looks like it is going one way, and then it curves around, and then there's almost a ramp leading up to what you would assume would have been a bridge, and it looks like you, with enough speed, a vehicle could jump over the path that you are currently walking on. And you see numerous sort of structures like this where bones have been pushed down and constructed together so that there's a stronger cohesion amongst them, and almost a path of crushed bone, little bits and pieces of gritty, like almost like gravel, as you walk through. Somebody has manipulated this area to make it a bit of an obstacle course for something that has massive wheels.
Lulu, do you recall anything from your time here as to what could have made these tracks?
No, I don't.
It's all right.
I think that the two bird people, Chuka and Clunk, they were working on something like this when I found them. They like to fix things.
The two bird people.
Yes, and you recall as she says that this is from Grand Duke Ravengard's vision. He saw that after the temple was raised around the sword, and Lulu recounted that a large fleshy mound seemed to rise up out of the ground like a scab, partially covering this temple. That he saw a vision of Lulu wandering until she encountered these two bird-like creatures, and next to a bizarre contraption.
You don't think she's talking about angels or celestials, do you? Not in hell.
It's probably another imp.
Bird-like creatures.
I mean, Lulu's seen an imp. She knows what that is.
Imps can have
Knows
feathers.
what the celestial creature
Can't they?
is as well.
Lulu, could you describe them more specifically?
Okay. One of them was kind of big and a little slow, and the other one was smaller and nervous.
What did their skin look like? What did
Feathers.
they have? Wings, or were they like humans with wings, or like the devils we've seen? Or
They weren't devils. They bird people.
does that ring a bell?
Black feathers.
We saw one when we were in Elturel at one point, didn't we? Didn't we encounter one at some point?
You are thinking of a rock.
No, we encountered them in the Low Lantern, though. Or if
Indeed.
I'm thinking it's what it
Indeed,
is.
the bartenders in the Low Lantern appeared to be creatures that she is describing. And as she describes them more, those of you who have been around and seen enough of the world to know, recognize she's probably describing either Kenku or Arakokra.
There were black feathers. They'd probably be the Kenku.
Did they fly, Lulu?
Nope.
I would say then. Yeah.
Okay.
Shall we continue?
Yes.
Moving.
Please.
So you move out of the bone drifts and continue west. And now that they are behind you, you can see this ridge of dark stone ahead of you. Still a few hours away. I will need, unless your breath weapon recharges on a short rest,
Short
correct?
rest,
All right.
yes.
So you have expended that.
Correct.
It is now time for another wisdom saving throw.
Has it been? It's been an hour, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Who was that healing for, Ryan?
Oh, that was definitely for Falkrunn. She
Okay.
offered up a little prayer to sort of get herself back up.
A wisdom save, yeah?
Well, Typhon's like, hell doesn't seem all that bad. Isn't that what I was
What's everybody complaining about?
I completely agree, yeah.
I think I'm also going to have to cast a quick heal.
Okay.
Are we making another? Oh, sorry. Wisdom save.
That didn't
Well, 2 crits on wisdom saves.
Oh.
Yeah.
They share, right, Sean? We can.
So I'm
Like,
seeing a 23 from Typhon, a 22 from Jax, a 16 from Islin, a 7 from Silas,
Oh, Persephone.
a 27 from Falkrunn, and an 8 from Persephone. I'm afraid that those of you who have rolled 7s and 8s have failed, so that is another point of exhaustion.
Oh,
Persephone, you are barely conscious.
Woof.
She's delirious. She thinks she's a dog.
You have gotten to the point now where Persephone is noticeably slowing the party. Her movement was halved, but now she can barely take 10 steps in a row without stopping to catch her breath.
If you die of exhaustion after I've just finished your art, I'm just going to say.
So we don't want the. Now it's going to be much easier for her to be further exhausted.
Yes.
Yeah. No, serious. Okay.
Which is
so-
not going to be good, and we don't want level 4 exhaustion, and it's already going to take a while to rest out of this exhaustion. So we need to be careful. Think of it.
Or
Wait.
maybe
Well,
she,
at this point,
maybe,
I get disadvantage on attacks now too, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
maybe she might win inspiration that Pixie's just given us.
I
All
can't,
right, everybody roll a d20. Pixie, you're insane.
Sean. I can't expend a lucky on her behalf, can I?
No.
You could.
Can you do with
Absolutely.
lucky?
Is it?
It's transferable, right?
I didn't think lucky was. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I've got lucky with
I think
alignments.
I think inspiration is transferable. Lucky is not.
But
Okay.
thank you very much, Pixie, for the inspiration. It looks like the DM. Oh no, Persephone's winning it.
Oh yeah, come on, Persephone.
Come on, Persephone. Persephone wins it. So
Yeah?
yes, you can mark that down on your D&D Beyond sheets. So
I'm gonna
thank
need
you
it.
very much, Pixie.
Oh.
And
Thank
Pixie
you.
says yes, she is insane.
Thank you so much, Pixie, for helping our friends traverse the horrible oppression that is Avernus. However, all of you gathering around and moving the best you can over this field, Lulu comes and is slowly giving you slight tugs as you walk, as you stumble forward, constantly maintaining a dialogue or a monologue of just, she talks about pleasant things, flowers, fields,
Strawberries.
butterflies.
Oh, I love flowers.
And
I had some in
she-
the tower.
Her trunk strokes your hair as you're walking. And finally, after what seems like far too long a time, you see rising up out of the ground just in front of this ridge of rock, a mountain-like structure that looks like a hand coming out of the ground. Allow me a moment and I will show it to you.
Give them a moment for pity's sake.
By nighttime, these hills will be swarming with skeletons.
I'm
gonna take.
Did you guys see the Urukai with normal voices?
Oh my god!
My favorite video.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Say,
What do you
DM,
smell?
do I have 10 minutes to do a prayer of healing?
Of course.
Lovely.
If you wish.
I do wish. Enough of you are looking a little battered and bruised. All right, so.
Oh, I know where it is.
Cast prayer of healing. So, whoo, buddy. All right then. So that'll be 24 healing. I'm sorry, 23 healing to up to what? 5 individuals. What is prayer of healing? I think prayer of healing is 6.
Is it distributed or?
It's up to 6 creatures of my choice. So.
You can exclude me if that's not. If
So
we need
Silas,
extra, but
you get 23 healing. Jax 23 healing. Persephone 23 healing. I think it's everybody. What? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And then
it's not a system where you have to portion out the points. Everybody gets that full amount.
No. So it's up to 6 creatures of your choice within range regain hit points of 2d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. The spell has no effect on undead or constructs.
I will take it.
So yeah. So 23 hit points to I think everybody in the party if you want it. So.
Oh, thank you.
And then Typhon, you said you were good.
good.
Well, then I will take that 24 all by myself. All right.
Excellent. So,
Because it's hell, everybody.
now I have found the art and I have displayed it for you. You can see rising up out of the ground this hill of rock, and it resembles a hand sort of grasping out, not like straight up, but just sort of crawling along the ground. And there appear to be caves in the portions in between the fingers as it rises on this hill. But between you and it is a wall that is made up of just chunks of metal, wooden scaffolding, chains. You can see bits and pieces of bone in there. There's just debris all around it, just completely cutting you off between here and there. And there is a gatehouse of sorts that is directly in front of you. And you can see standing atop this wall and on this gatehouse little figures that appear to be watching you approach.
Oh, they can see us coming, can they?
There's no cover from which you can take as you are that you can take on your way in here. It's completely flat. And as you look around, anything moving out here would be visible for miles. But as you walk, you can't help but notice tracks crisscrossing back and forth, going in every direction of more of these giant wheels that you saw. These tracks made by giant wheels that you saw in the bone drifts.
Well, they can see us. They haven't tried to kill us yet.
Are we in range though?
Can we, DM? Can we try to perceive? Like, can we see the or is it too far off to actually make out what the shapes are inside
Make
the
a
towers?
perception check.
I will do so.
Depending on the result, I might send my imp up.
Okay.
Alright. Perception.
Oh, 28. That's all right.
28.
Oh, good.
You see about a dozen little creatures moving around. They are little, and at first glance you think, oh, these are gnomes. But then you see that they have more of a feral look. Several of them seem to be sporting large curved blades. Others have ranged weapons, and you see one or two appear to be fingering the bowstring on giant ballista that are mounted. And as you are watching, one of them sort of goes and points at you all. All of them have bright red caps.
Oh God! I was gonna say as soon as you said that.
Well,
What do you do?
Explain what I see.
Oh, they look like little dwarves. They must be friendly.
No, they're not. They're so awful.
Well, I suppose they can be
you
sometimes.
remember them, Lulu?
Redcaps. They're mean, vicious. They play tricks. They pull my feathers.
Oh.
I don't like them. I don't want to go in there again.
Don't go anywhere near that. You don't have to.
Remember them. Remember the red caps, Lulu. Do you remember anyone else in there? Do they? There are 2 Kenku. There are the red caps. Do the red caps
Redcaps.
control this fort? This
No,
place?
no. There's someone else.
Make a persuasion check. Typhon.
Uh-oh.
Can I give him help?
Sure. You're proficient in persuasion. Okay. Well, then, what would you say to help Lulu remember?
Lulu, listen to Typhon. He wants to help. He wants to help you remember.
I want to help him. I want to help you all.
What did you roll, Typhon?
14.
14.
Maggie.
Whoa. Maggie.
If she will let you, or let me, I will reach out and just put a hand on her, just very softly say,
Very good. Good job.
Thank you.
She brightens noticeably, her eyes. This first time you've touched her.
God, shocking grasp.
Thank you, Typhon.
That's Friday.
Oh, you want player versus player faster than anything. You attack Lulu.
So, what do you all do?
How far are we away from the Redcaps, Sean?
About 120 feet.
Oh, we're
Oh,
well in
not-
range of that
not
big
far.
thing they got up there. Then it's like a big crossbow.
But there's no way around this thing, right? Like it stretches.
And she points. I mean, you can see now that this, if there was a Fort Knucklebone, it would be very aptly named this hill, and surrounding it appears to be, as you would expect from a fort, a wall. This is Fort Knucklebone.
Well, either these tracks, they all come and go. Either this is, excuse me, they perhaps send out raiding parties, or perhaps it's a point of commerce even down here. I don't know. But there are comings and goings. Perhaps we can simply go in.
Option.
Oh, let me go and ask.
Well, let's all go.
As you approach, Lulu is flying next to you, Persephone, and you can actually put a hand out, and she is supporting a bit of your weight as she's flying along the side of you. As you walking towards it, you begin to hear the chatter and laughter of these little creatures.
Strangers coming. Hey there. What be your business? Fort Knucklebone, you lot.
Our business is our own.
Don't care.
You hear laughter jittering amongst the group as one says this.
Oh, I'm gonna get him.
Leave.
Password.
Knucklebone.
Maggie.
Nah, we need the password. Maggie's not the password.
There's no password.
There's no password.
You hear the laughter emanating back and forth along the wall. Just echoing.
What is the password?
We have no password.
Open the door.
No. You have to do something.
I just did. I told you to open the door.
Do something else. That's no fun. Yeah, do
Open
something fun. Dance.
Not
Do a
really,
dance.
probably.
Yes, a dance. A dance. A dance from that fellow there with the scar on his face. Yes, we want to see the scarred face dance. Dance.
Well, Silas, do you know any dances?
Well, I must admit, I'd like to see Silas dance.
He does the Macarena.
No.
Do you actually dance?
No.
No, you don't dance?
No dance. We're not gonna let you in. We're not gonna let him in. No way. No
What
how.
about me? I love dancing.
Nah, we don't want you. You can stay out.
I
We never
actually
want you
look
to come
over.
back.
I look over at Persephone and I say, Persephone, you're exhausted, aren't you? Isn't she like borderline passing
Yeah,
out?
she's in deep trouble.
Yeah, if anyone would have been the one to dance, it would have been the one who knows the stage.
I don't think they're going to let us in, even if you dance, but it wouldn't hurt.
It's okay.
Falkrunn walks up to Silas. It's like, come on, Silas. Just a couple. And so she hooks his
I'll
arm
dance.
in her arm, and then like they both do a little do-si-do around, and
Make
then
it
like, you know.
Fantastic. Make a performance check with advantage because you're being held by a Falkrunn. Although I am assuming that neither one of you are proficient.
No.
I've got one level of exhaustion. Does that give me a
It
disadvantage?
does give you disadvantage.
Oh.
So
It's
this
just
would
a
be a
straight
straight
roll.
roll. Yes.
As this happens, I will send my imp up to listen to just
Oh god.
in case there is a password. Oh no.
A natural one. Fantastic. Natural one from Silas on his dancing. All right, make a perception check using the imp's perception.
Now, just for the record, it doesn't mean that I didn't dance. It just means that
Yeah.
I danced really badly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it
He won't
delights them. It delights them probably far more than it would have had you been successful. And they are just howling with laughter. Howling, and with a 12 perception on the imp, your imp informs you that there's one red cap up there going,
I didn't realize we had a password.
and they're all like,
Shut up. This is too much fun.
and they're
Oh,
all
kind of
they're
huddle the
completely laughing, just tears running down their eyes, and it just keeps on going and going and going, and just laughing.
Clapping him along.
I'll have him
I'm
continue
enjoying
to
it.
listen, and I'll say, but I believe they didn't shout it down. There truly is no password.
I know, they told us that.
But how do we get in?
Oh,
There is a door.
We got a dance.
I think we just.
What kind of
entertained
door is it?
It's just a like a gatehouse. It looks like a door that opens inward.
Okay.
it. While they're enjoying the laugh, anyone want to try the door?
Oh, of course, I'll go check.
All right. That it's quite large and heavy, but it doesn't appear to be locked. In fact, it doesn't even appear to be barred from where you're standing.
Oh, I'll open it.
You open the door amidst howling laughter all around you.
There we go.
I pat Silas on the shoulder. Thanks for the dance.
It won't be our last. It may be our worst.
No, after that one, I really hope it's our last.
I'm glad
I
you
mean, it
have
was still a
steel-toed boots,
4.
Falkrunn.
No, it has to be a 1.
Well,
That
fair
dance
enough.
had to be a 1.
Imagine 2 people in plate armor trying to do-si-do.
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Yeah, it was.
Chicken dance.
I'm
It
only
was
in chain,
in-
I think. But
Were
yeah.
the situation's different, it would have been funny to all of you. But at the moment, it is only funny to the red caps on the wall. And wearily, you enter Fort Knucklebone. The howls of derisive laughter continuing as you walk underneath, and several choice insults being thrown at Silas, and then at all of you. They just are loathsome little creatures, and Lulu sort of huddles close to you, Persephone. She's like,
I'm gonna pull my feathers again.
They will
Jax, I must caution you. We are guests here, yes?
Oh, I've no idea.
Imagine that you are in Lord Ravengard's manor. Even if a guard
Didn't he steal
was rude
things
to
from
you,
the manor?
he did, but what I'm...
How do you know?
Don't stab anything while we're in here. Assume that killing things is off limits for now. Unless they attack you first, yes?
Okay.
You all
Jax.
see where I'm coming from, yes? I look to the group.
Jax, I
don't-
think there's.
I want
a
to finish
ration
our
in my
business
pack.
here before we're expelled.
There was a ration in your pack. I checked earlier.
Oh, you sure? You can check again.
No, I've been through that. I've been through all your pockets.
Are you sure? It's a pretty big bag.
Unless you put anything in there in the last half an hour.
Oh, definitely did.
Hang on a
Let's
minute.
see here.
Okay, Lulu. You're back here. Anything ringing a bell?
All right, as you step in, so in front of this wall, there were bits and pieces of wreckage, a few sort of bizarrely shaped geometric mounds of metal, bone, and trash. Coming in here, it's more of the same, except it seems to be organized a bit more. A very specific pile of one kind of trash here, another there, back and around.
Like geometric metal bone trash. That's a
Yeah.
It's one for the imagination.
Thanks. I
Imagine that's like a death metal band of mathematicians.
No, it's just like
So, and you also
it sounds
see
gnarly.
Yeah, you see some ramshackle structures, like this sort of ubiquitous trash and metal. It looks like it's being used for a variety of purposes. So you could see some that looks like it's been turned into furniture, and you see some more of these red-capped creatures sort of milling about, looking at you strangely. And a couple of them actually have some of this ichor that you recognize from the fighting you've done with demons, and it's sort of dripping off of their hats as they're walking, looking at you curiously and sort of ducking behind things and looking out with wide, mean-looking eyes. In just inside this wall, you come in, you see a pair of Kenku examining one of these strange vehicles. This one more intact than the ones that you saw earlier. It looks more like this. This appears to be a vehicle for a single rider, or perhaps two. And you see these two Kenku, just as Lulu has described. One of them sort of large and more solid looking, and the other one smaller and more nervous about. And they're speaking to each other with these high-pitched squawks and back and forth to each other, and as they speak, they sort of lean into each other, bickering back and forth with their beaks. And they, on their bodies, they have a large assortment of very strange looking tools. And when they see you, they turn and stare at you in wonder. They're just, and one of them waves at you, and as if he's trying to tell you to stay where you are. And he says, "What a deal! Patience is a virtue. Can't keep the boss waiting." And he jumps up and runs off into one of these structures made of trash. And the other one is standing there looking you back and forth, sort of hopping from one foot to the other as the other one runs away.
Have you got itchy legs?
It's a fine day for staying alive.
That's very true.
Are you Chukka or Clonk?
Chukka! Clonk! Chukka!
Nice to meet you.
Lulu's like, and he looks at you. It's a fine day for staying alive.
that all
You
you
remember
can say?
this one? Gesturing to Lulu. Sorry.
Nods, bods head up and down, up and down.
Problems. The world runs on problems.
I love that you're playing a Kenku so perfectly. If anyone knows how Kenkus talk, it's you.
What did somebody say something about how they talk?
No, I said.
That's the only thing he knows how to say.
Hells damn you, Kenku bastard. Kenku bastard. Why can't you talk like normal folk?
Oh, it
Shrugs its shoulders.
It's mimicry.
It is. Yes, that's how they talk.
It's mimicry. It's mimicry.
But you still understand us.
But they can only speak to us in clips and phrases of conversations that they've heard from other people.
Few souls get to experience my gratitude.
Okay, then.
So, keep going.
Chukka. We were sent here by the Duke about a vision of a sword.
That's not my problem.
But he points to Lulu. Lulu.
She knows where the sword is.
Oh, it's her problem.
Runs faster than a devil with diarrhea.
Yes, we've seen that to be true, haven't we?
Before too long, you see, coming back, the other Kenku. And he's leading a tall creature wearing a long, tattered shift, covered in mud and blood and mold and worse. Female, tall, but with grotesque features. Long, elongated nose, a chin that sticks out almost longer than her nose does, arms that are slightly too long, hands that are slightly too big, and almost look as if they have an extra knuckle in them as she puts her fingers together. And she looks at you. The two eyes in her head appear to be moving independently of each other, taking in much more of the scene than a normal person would. And resting on her shoulders are two red-eyed ravens that are looking at you all. And behind her trudges a hulking creature built of just looks like mashed together fiendish parts and undead, not too dissimilar from the things that you were fighting in the bone drifts, but put together with more of a purpose. You could see stitching, and you see a head, a neck, shoulders, two arms, and two legs. And as it's coming, it's sort of doing this hop step as it walks, it rolling gait, and it's as it walks towards you. Give me a moment. I'm going to try and find the art for this.
For that description, I'm not sure I want to see the
I know,
art.
right?
I got
Here
to
you
sleep
are.
tonight. Oh, yay.
Oh, Mickey Mouse.
She comes up to you.
What have we here? Some new friends coming to make the acquaintance of Mad Maggie. Oh my, it is true, Clunk.
She says as one of her eyes fixes on Lulu, who hides behind you, Persephone.
Goodness.
And as she croaks, spit sort of dribbles from her mouth, that a long purple tongue just slurps it up.
Where did you find such a treasure?
Our friend.
Yes. Yes, Holophant's friends. Friends to all. It is
the source of their power. Friendship, how quaint. But you have me at a disadvantage. In my home, no less. I am, as I said, Mad Maggie. You have met Chuka and Clonk, and this is Mickey.
As it does another hopping step forward and does a bow before you that clearly causes it pain before it stands back up.
Who has come to visit Mad Maggie at Fort Knucklebone?
We're the snot goblins.
Yeah.
Snot goblins.
I'm Jax the Goblin. No, not a Goblin Slayer. I'm an Imp Slayer.
We'll have to see about that one, won't we? And you, my serpentine friend.
Typhon Ophiacus.
Pleasure. Oh, here's a fine fellow. Who might you be?
He says, looking at you, Silas.
I'm called Silas Kon, Mad Maggie.
Welcome to Fort Knucklebone, Silas Kon.
He's a great dancer.
So the redheads tell me. Thank you for your hospitality, Mad Maggie. It is truly a respite from what awaits outside.
You arrived on foot, I see. Dangerous, dangerous. You have done well to make it this far, but my goodness, you will be needing transportation. And you, what is your name, my confusing friend?
Is she looking at me, Sean?
Yes.
She is in the shape of the blonde-haired, the 6-foot-tall blonde-haired woman still.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Eastling. It is a pleasure to meet you and make your acquaintance.
Eastling, strange. Yes, and oh, a servant of the Broken One. How wonderful. Such amazing suffering it is endured.
You know of his plight. Are you sympathetic?
Think Maggie is no stranger to suffering, nor is poor Mickey.
Indeed, suffering. Such delicious suffering.
I am
but
Falkrunn Boneforge, and it is good to meet you. Are you the proprietor of Fort Knucklebone?
Indeed, I am the Lord of Fort Knucklebone. Yes, I have many secrets, many deals, many gifts I can bestow, but we'll come to that later. Oh, you poor thing.
She comes creeping, she sort of undulates towards you, Persephone, and each one of her joints as she walks is somehow out of sync with the other. Like, just, she doesn't move right as she walks, and just creeps, sort of shuffles and flows across the space towards you with one long bony finger pointing at you.
Tiffany.
Towards you, Persephone, yes. I'm sorry, can't you tell who I'm looking at?
My name's Persephone.
Yes, my dear, and oh, this journey has treated you poorly. Please allow me.
And she reaches out and she touches you, if you allow her to.
I do flinch, but I then realize it would be rude, so I let her.
She touches you.
Oh, such suffering you are enduring, but it is a familiar flavor.
and she boom, touches you, and all of a sudden the exhaustion lifts from you. You have been touched by a greater restoration, and
So
you
much.
are free of your levels of exhaustion.
Yes, and of course.
She looks over your shoulder at Lulu, who is just down behind you, looking up with two wide eyes.
I remember this one. Welcome back, Lulu.
You know Lulu?
Ah, yes, although at the time I was not aware that that was her name. Yes. This that you have brought me is a wondrous prize, and I am in your debt.
Why, do you like candy floss as well?
Not particularly, but the sweetness of this creature's suffering would be quite a delicious meal for me.
Part of our party.
Oh, yes, of course. The friends that the Hierophant collects. But the suffering is there nonetheless.
How do you consume suffering, Maggie?
Oh, it would be difficult to explain to someone not possessing of my talents. But suffice to say that it can be done, and done in a way that will bring no harm to your friend. But I take it from your questions that you don't know much about your friend, the Hierophant.
I take it from that statement that you think you do.
Yes, but I won't give away the secret. No, that wouldn't be right. However, there is a ritual that I can prepare that will allow me to help your friend recover some of her memories. And I think that is where we will find our feast of suffering. You will all come along, will you not? Friends, of course.
Oh, you mentioned feast.
Is there any possibility Lulu would be hurt in this?
Not if she's with her friends.
Can I do an insight check?
Of course.
Yeah, I also want to I'm trying to read this person real hard. DM.
All right, make an insight check.
Jax has got no idea.
19 from Persephone.
And a 21 from Falkrunn.
Right. Good rolls. There is an element of danger in what she is proposing, but so far she has not overtly lied about anything she has said.
Turn to Lulu. You know what she's talking about.
No, but if she can help me remember, maybe that's enough. I mean, that's why we're here, right? Help me remember. I'm not remembering.
Lulu, you've done a good job remembering all by yourself.
Thank
Persephone?
You get to choose, Lulu. We don't choose for you here.
You help me, right?
We'll help you remember, or we'll help you through whatever is to come.
Well, then I'll be all right.
Okay.
Everything will be all right as long as we're together as friends.
Lulu, we came all the way to hell as friends. Well, Avernus, such as it is. And we'll leave as such. Each one of us that came here, we leave together.
Thank you, Silas. That makes me feel much better.
I pat Lulu on the head, say, the very best of friends.
Okay, well, as long as I'm with you all, then I think I want to remember. I want to help. I can't help if I don't remember. So, what does she want?
Maggie has been sitting back, her fingers templed, and it just is wrong the way the hands come together.
Excellent. Yes. This will be a ritual that will take some time to prepare. Please make yourselves as comfortable as you can here in Fort Knucklebone.
Can I have a go at this? Look into the vehicle.
Is she leaving off on her own, Sean?
She looks at you all and begins to turn, and Mickey is there and he goes, and she goes,
Oh, yes. Is anybody hungry?
Oh, what's my language?
There will be food.
And she points to a low building not too far away.
In there.
And she begins to shuffle away.
Eastland is going to follow her, if that's all right, Sean. She's going to pull her aside as she goes to prepare.
Would it distract you if we had a brief conversation while you prepare?
Well, I'm always happy to have conversations, but the longer we speak, the longer it will take me to prepare.
Just a
But
moment.
what is on your mind, Eastland?
Oh, you spoke of the fallen one. You know of his suffering, I trust.
He is more angry than suffering, but yes.
Are you sympathetic to his plight?
If I am anything, I would have to describe myself as neutral.
Probably wise for survival here. That's
There
all
are
I
many
needed.
here that claim such a title, but they all depend on Mad Maggie. It's I that keeps their machines running with my crew.
Well, you are nothing if not efficient, it seems. That's all I needed to know. Thank you for your help. I know the party greatly appreciates it.
But not you, Easton. Are you not part of the party?
In a way.
I detect a great deal of suffering, but not from you. From someone nearby.
You are very perceptive. And in this particular case... in this particular case, my aim is the same as the party's.
She doesn't want to offer any more information, but she...
So, with a deep inhalation from her large, distended nostrils, shudder. She begins to walk back into one of the caves in between the fingers of the hill that is shaped like a hand. And you are left standing in this yard.
Before we do anything
else... Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Pixie. Have a good night. Pixie's just awarded another 300 bits.
Goodness.
So that is a D6 inspiration. So if you haven't got a D6 inspiration already, then roll a D20. So thank you very much, Pixie, and sleep well.
Come
Thank you for all the
on.
bits.
Oh
yeah.
Oh no!
Someone's got to beat.
No!
Is that all of
Put
us?
that right there to remind me.
Has Persephone got a D6 already?
I already have it.
So it's the DM that wins it then. So thank you very much,
Yes,
Pixie.
thank
and
you,
sleep well.
Pixie.
No,
But
I'm so sorry. I have regular inspiration.
Oh, you have
Yeah,
regular.
should
You can
because
roll then.
I got it
high.
too, but mine expired because it was 10 minutes. Trash.
No. You get to keep it for the whole session. The D6 inspiration.
Oh.
Yes.
Yep.
So yeah.
But you have to use
it tonight. for the
Never
session.
mind. Oh, uh-oh.
Yeah. So there you go. But the
So-
DM won it. So there you go.
Indeed. You are standing in this courtyard. You can see several things of interest around you. One of them is this machine that's being worked on by Chuka and Clonk, who are yammering back and forth to each other. And it appears that Clonk is doing most of the work, and Chuka is kind of looking around, pointing at things, and Clonk looks up every now and then annoyed and goes, "Rah!" You see a green ball of flame floating between a few of the buildings, and then it comes around a corner and it looks at you. And you look, and in the middle of it, it appears there is a skull. And it looks at you, and you could see it kind of tilt its head and does a flame skull equivalent of an eye roll, and then goes into one of the structures. Numerous members of the Red Caps are around, and several of them in a group are crouched down, and every now and then they'll peek their heads up looking at you and chattering amongst themselves. And then there is Mickey, who is standing looking at you all. What would you like to do?
Jax, be very careful of anything you eat here.
Oh, why?
I was... Sorry. I said why.
Oh, why, yeah.
Because we're in hell?
Do you remember the food that we tried to eat in Elturel, Jax? How it didn't taste very good?
Oh, nothing tastes good down here.
Yes, so just be aware of how some things might be off.
I'm torn, if I'm honest. My belly's making noises, and I want to go on that thing over there.
Well, let's go check it out then.
You are all quite hungry.
Yeah.
If you have rations to eat.
We do.
Yeah.
But if they're
As we
offering
do
food-
that, DM, I'm going to just be resting. I don't know if it will equate to a short rest, but I'm going to try.
You can find a place by yourself and rest. Are you actually trying to take a nap?
Not to sleep, just
Just
rest
to sleep.
and
Okay.
be still. And
All right. You stand leaning on your staff sword, just feeling the oppressive heat and malevolence of Avernus pushing down upon you. But you are able to rest if you wish. You may all rest if you wish.
Yeah.
However, there are numerous creatures about that might not let you.
So, are we looking to take a short rest, friends?
Short rest if we can. Eat and short rest. I mean, I will
Get
check
my
the
bardic
food.
inspiration
I'll
back.
say,
Yeah,
I think eat short rest, but we have to make sure we set up some sort of watch for the group. So,
I'll take
I mean,
the-
it's a short rest, so I don't know. Unless
it's so-
someone doesn't need a short rest, a watch would be difficult.
right, and also you can be aware and still short rest.
Yes, of course. But
That's
a
true.
watch is probably not a bad idea.
That's yeah.
You are not in a safe place. Safer maybe than where you've been.
You can't rest here.
You can if you wish.
Too many enemies nearby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm carrying too much. All right.
There's no place to put that.
So you have a short rest.
Yeah.
While you are short resting, the two ravens that were riding on Maggie's shoulder when she came towards you, and that flew away as she moved closer to Persephone, land about 20 feet away from you all. And as they do, they turn into imps.
Easy, Jax.
Jax, you cannot. They are clearly her pets.
They are whispering to each other and looking at you all intently.
Can you talk?
Of course we can talk. I am pins. I am needles,
says the other one.
Good. Now talk in a language we can understand.
It's got dins and pedals.
We have questions. Yes, questions we have.
Ask them.
And so do we.
Will you help us?
To do what?
With what?
Problems we have. Yes, problems. We have an enemy. Yes, an enemy. Bad. That red cap.
And one of them points, and you see a red cap over with a group. He seems to be have a bit better equipment than the other ones, and they are sort of speaking to him in a subservient way.
Watzik. He doesn't like us. No, he doesn't like us. Will you help us? Will you kill Wazik? If you kill Wazik, we will tell Mad Maggie that you were our friends, and she will reward you.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure.
Oh.
Difficult to read. You're not used to tracking the eye movements and facial snarls of these creatures. One of them looks over at you, Jax, is like,
You look like you might be tasty to eat.
Oh, you can try it. I've killed
May I?
thousands of imps I've killed.
Oh.
I'm known as the Imp Slayer.
Oh my.
With
Imp
my
Slayer.
little silver
Imp
needle.
Slayer.
When I pull out my silver needle.
Oh, he is not a friend. We will not tell Mad Maggie good things about you. No, we will not. Imp Slayer, very bad. Very bad.
Surely there are imps who are not so, well, cunning and good servants of their master out there. Imps who don't quite have it straight, yes?
Oh, yes. This is a good place. Yes, a good place. We came here as spies, but we don't wish to be spies anymore. We'd like Mad Maggie. We'd like Fort Knucklebone. We will stay here. We are hers. Yes, we are hers.
A good imp, a good servant, like this one. And I will have the imp appear on my shoulder.
Yeah, see? I don't kill that one.
You are a friend to imps. Yes, a friend to imps. Will you help us? Will you destroy Wazik? Yes, destroy Wazik.
And you will speak kindly of us to your master.
Yes. Definitely, pins and needles will sing your praises. If you kill Wazik, yes, kill Wazik.
Typhon, are you making a deal?
There's no contract.
No need for contracts. Favors. Contracts are boring. Too much work. We don't care about moving up the ladder. No, the ladder is dumb. We like it here. Yes, here is best. Stay here. No problems. No fighting in the war. Neutral. Yes, neutral. We are neutral.
Any tips?
Tips.
Information on this Wazik, this Votsek.
Oh, yes. Kill him when no one else is watching.
It seems like you've thought this out. How would you imagine it happening?
Oh, that is... We are... They look back and forth. We are... Can't think about that. Specific instructions. Yes, specific. Can't hurt the red caps. No, can't hurt the red caps. We have been warned repeatedly.
Well, if another red cap were to do this deed, how would you imagine that red cap would accomplish it?
Oh, another red cap?
Yes. Secretly murdering his friend, as I'm sure they're wont to do.
Yes, good idea.
How
Good
exactly would that happen?
Take his hat and stab him in the eye. Oh, yes, his eye and his hat. Take his hat. Yes, we want the hat.
But I'm sure all his friends would see, though, yes?
Do it when they can't. Make them blind. Yes.
Not the cleverest. I don't say that aloud, but...
No witnesses. No witnesses.
What did this Wasik do to make you want to...
He's very bad. Yes, very bad. Bad, Redcap. They're all bad, but he's bad.
He did say I was nasty. And he made Silas dance.
Yes, that is the one. That is Wazik.
That's definitely enough to murder someone.
I don't think Silas's dancing was that bad.
I was talking about your dancing. Silas was perfect.
One more question. Now,
Jax.
Surely it's not to hurt or anything, just to find some more information. How do we find any particular red cap, but maybe specifically Wazik alone? Does he have a room where he's alone? Does he...
No. Redcap's always together. Always together.
Very well.
You said you weren't allowed to hurt the red caps. Pins and needles. Who told you not to do that?
The boss.
Aha. So you've
Get along. That's what she says. Get along. So we get along. We don't hurt them. They don't hurt us. But he's going to hurt us. Yes, he is. He will find us and kill us when no one else can see, and then we will be dead. But no one will know why. And Wojak will go unpunished. Unpunished. Unacceptable. Must be punished. Yes, punished.
Sorry, I was muted. Eastland goes up to Typhon and says quietly in his ear, "If Maggie is insistent on neutrality, I don't know if this is a battle we should get involved in. Or at least we should ask her about it."
Perhaps you're right. Neutrality, though. Surely that means in the greater context, yes?
Well, is that for me to say on her behalf?
I don't know. We have another conversation we need to have as well later.
So, after a bit more conversation with pins and needles, they leave satisfied that you are planning to aid them, even though I do believe nobody has specifically said that you are. But they have made their wishes known, and they have told you what the reward will be if you help them. But there are numerous other people with which to interact, if you wish.
Maybe we can get a soul coin down here. Do we still need one?
That's perhaps what I was getting at with all of this. But... I don't know. What are the chances that Pins and Needles has access to one, or can carry some themselves?
But didn't Pebblemoss say that there was a vendor or was a merchant who traveled the Avernus?
It did. By the way, what's our countdown looking like right now, DM?
As far as
when the debt is due.
I believe you have 2 more days.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 more
Did
long
Mad
rests, I
Maggie
should
give
say.
any indication as to how long the ritual would take or how soon it would be prepared?
She did not.
Okay.
But there is no sign of her.
All right, Sean, DM, what other characters do we see? And also,
So
where's
you
the
saw
building?
a flame skull move into a building not too far away, and as you were looking there, you see a green light emanating from underneath the door, and some smoke or steam coming from the top. There is a shack that was pointed to you that apparently has food in it, and there is Mickey, the fleshy construct, standing in the middle. As you're watching, he begins to walk, and as he does, some of the madcaps come out behind him and say, "Oh, do the Mickey, do the Mickey," and they all kind of begin to walk in the same kind of limping way that he does, sort of making fun of him and laughing uproariously as they do. And Mickey just swipes at a few of them as he walks by, and they dodge out of the way easily. And then there's Chuka and Conk.
I want to kill the red caps. Don't like bullies.
Well, Jax, should we try to see what kind of food they have here?
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry, I'm talking about your dancing earlier, but you know, it's your stubby legs, they get in the way.
Mm-hmm. No, it's fine. It's fine. Try to save you from a giant worm who tries to eat you, and you insult my dancing. That's fine.
Oh.
Inside this structure, you find jars and jars of hideous-looking pickles. Bits and pieces of pickled things.
Oh, pickled things.
Yes. Worms in jars, eyes in
nasty.
jars, vegetable-looking things that seem to have mouths in jars. This is the food.
I don't like vegetables.
Yeah. How do you feel about eyeballs?
Oh, I could try one. I'll try one.
All right.
They are very sour. But given how hungry you are, edible. And while not satisfying, do provide sustenance. And after you eat one, you take stock and you feel fine.
Yeah, they're right.
Yeah?
Try one.
Eastland will try one.
Yeah, why the hell not?
Sour, but not in a satisfying way. Like if you happen to be someone who really enjoys sour things, you would definitely be able to identify this as tasting sour. However, it's like sour ashes.
You've got to build up a bit of saliva in your mouth before you swallow it.
That's like a chalky lemon.
I think that might be the wisest thing the goblin has ever said. Still better than starving.
Yeah.
Well, we have got food. You could have had some of that if you wanted.
It's not better than starving.
It's not the wisest thing he's ever said.
We have got food, but guys.
Best to save it for when necessary.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, we have access to the, she's
Jax,
offered it
would
to
you
us. We should take
prefer
advantage.
something fresh.
Well, I could guess a red cap if you like.
No, not that.
Oh.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Would you like some rats?
Oh, I love rats. Do they have rats here?
We'll find out. And I pull out my pipes of the sewer
Oh my goodness.
A
Forgot
deep
about
cut.
that.
I was saying, what are they going to bring?
Oh, I could play along with this
Oh
whistle.
my. What? ROUSs? I don't believe they exist.
And I just play the tiniest bit to like see what comes. Yeah.
The itchy and scratchy show.
Right. So Persephone pulls out her pipes of the sewer and begins to play. And at first there's nothing. But after a moment you see scurrying from underneath the wall that has been constructed around Fort Knucklebone. You see a couple of rats who and they kind of sit up like meerkats and then back down, and then a few more and a few more. And after a few seconds, you have about 30 rats that come and sit on their haunches looking at you with rapt expressions, Persephone, as they...
Oh, it's a buffet.
Well, seems better than pickled ash fingers.
I'm going to start grabbing some.
They are completely enchanted and passive as you just sort of walk up and grab one.
Oh, how many can I get for?
As many as you... There's 30 of them.
I capture 30 rats.
Right.
Tie their
Where do you
tails
put
together.
them?
I've just got like 2 handfuls of rats.
Yep, you have 30 rats.
They're in your pockets.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Or that meme, looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Oh, shall we get a fire going? Well, I don't mind. I'll eat them raw, but
You have, as you are gathering these rats, attracted the attention of many of the redcaps.
What you got? What you got? Lots of rats. Lots of rats. Ooh, yeah, lots of rats. What are you gonna do with those rats? Are you gonna pull off their tails? Are you gonna chew on their ears?
I was gonna eat them.
But first you gotta make them squirm, make them dance, like we made him dance. Make them dance. Can you make them dance? If you stick them right here, it makes them dance real well.
Oh no, they're dead.
I'll wiggle them around.
Already dead, already dead. No fun, no fun. Disgusting.
And they turn away.
Well, you can eat the eyeballs then. I'd rather eat rat.
So let's get a fire then going for all of your rats.
Who is going to prepare the rats for consumption?
I look around for some sticks.
Yeah.
Make a survival check.
Yes.
I've actually got a tinderbox with me, so that'll...
Survival. 22.
As you are looking around, gathering, you feel
something to skewer them with.
Mickey walks over and his tongue lolls out like a long tentacle and goes back in it. He's carrying a bundle of things. He comes up to you and just drops all of the makings of a fire pit, complete with stones and wood.
Thanks, Mickey.
Well,
Do you want a
isn't that
rat?
convenient?
I chuck him a rat. Just hits him and bounces off.
Yeah.
I'll pick it up and I'll try and put it in his mouth. Does he want it?
Looks confused.
Do you not eat things?
That's Mickey. That's Mickey. Mickey doesn't eat. Mickey doesn't breathe. Mickey's not alive. Mickey is a funny dancer.
The Red Zat say, "Do the Mickey!" And they all start hobbling around.
Doing the Mickey.
Don't worry,
A couple of them
Mickey.
throw things at him.
I'll whisper to him.
Don't worry, Mickey. I'll gut the lot before I leave.
He walks
How many
away.
red caps are there here?
It's difficult to determine. Make a perception check.
Yeah. Okay. Oops, what is my character sheet? Sort of like a rough count.
So there's quite a
3.
A 3. Okay, well there's quite a host of them.
Okay.
More than 20, less than 100. Although it looks like there's a little bit of a difference between just the red caps that have the blood red caps and then these other ones that have the similar caps, but they've been mutated a bit by this ichor that seems to be dripping from it. And while the other ones, the red caps, definitely have a gnomish look to them, the ones that have the ichor have more of a deep sea fish look to them. Long, large, dagger-like teeth, and the cap covers their entire face, leaving eye holes. And just these do not appear to be taking part in the jumping and cavorting that the red caps are. These are looking murderously at you.
Can I see the one that made me dance?
Yes. It is
made,
Wazik.
That's desired. Me to
Wazik
dance.
is his name, and he is a red cap.
And where is he?
He's about, like, you see him there. It's difficult to see if these creatures actually have jobs. You assume that they're here for a reason, but really it seems like what they're here to do is torment. They torment each other. They torment Mickey. You could see a couple of them tormenting Chuka and Clonk, and every now and then Chuka pulls up a large metal object that looks somewhat geometric with a hole in it and just chucks it at one of them and just jabbers at it as they go, and they laugh and run away.
But is what's actually coordinating any, or is it just
Not
one amongst many?
Make an insight check.
I can do that. I'm in hell. I've got disadvantage, right?
Because of the exhaustion, you do.
Is that control or alt?
Alt.
Control.
Control. I don't know.
I'll find
Delete.
out. It's not control.
It's not control.
It is control. But I would have had a 20 and a 19.
20 and a 19. Wazik is definitely receiving a bit of deference from the rest of the red caps. There's always a group with him. It seems to be the same group, although it's very hard to tell these things apart. But with a roll of a 19, you think you can. He just seems to be the biggest bully of the bunch.
But he's still red cap, gnomish looking.
He's
as
still a red
opposed
cap.
to-
He's not a goblin, not an orc or anything. He's definitely a red cap.
No, he's not. He's the mutation has not.
No, he is.
crept
He's
his hat
definitely a
down.
red cap. He is not one of the others.
Sean, or DM, from my experience with the undead and whatnot, am I getting that vibe off of Mickey?
Make a religion check.
Well, they've told you he's undead as well, so.
Oh, they said he didn't breathe. They didn't say he was
Until he
undead.
did.
Wasn't alive.
Yeah. Oof.
Oof.
What'd you roll there,
Well,
Falkrunn?
I rolled a fantastic 8 for my religion check. So,
He definitely looks undead.
you know.
I walk over to Falkrunn, and I look at Falkrunn and Falkrunn, I'm going to do something that may be foolish.
What? No. Say it ain't so.
Do me a favor. If I seem affected, help me out, would you?
Well, affected how? Silas, what are you going to do?
I'm just going to open my eyes a little.
All right. I'll stand guard over
And
you.
DM. I activate Divine Sense.
Interesting.
And look around.
Your head explodes.
Yeah.
I see everything.
All right.
It's like the Matrix.
As you open your senses, it is as if a filter has been dropped over your face like infravision or something. The sense of evil and wrongness of everywhere you look is almost overpowering. It invades your senses, it burrows into your brain, and you reach out and have to grab on as the pervasive evil of Avernus pounds into your skull. But after a moment, you take a few breaths, your senses readjust, and you open your eyes again, and although you are still far more cognizant of the nature of your location than you would like to be, it is more endurable. And you look about. This entire area seems to have been desecrated. However, in outside of total cover, you do not sense the presence of anything that is specifically offensive to Vandria Gilmadrith. And that includes Mickey.
I also specifically wanted to be scanning for Watson.
Watzik does not appear to be any of the things that your divine sense can determine. Although, let me just double check here.
So they're not fiends. What are they then? Fae? I can't remember what they are.
Yeah, they're assholes.
Yeah, exactly.
Double check.
So I've only got to the end of the turn while the
Right.
demon's examining things. So, but I plan on ambulating around. I've got in a turn I can walk around 30 feet to try to take in as much as I can. Just trying to determine if there is, having not seen any true fiends or celestials or undead, I'm going to amble about and
Right.
see if I, and again, it's by 30 feet of movement that I have in a given turn without dashing. It's easy.
Celestial fiend or undead.
And
That is all.
consecrated,
Consecrated or desecrated area. Very well.
So aberrants, creatures, created, none of that. Just fiends.
Fiends, celestials, or undead, not within total cover, you do not detect anything.
I let it pass. I let the 12 seconds, CC, elapse. And
what did your paladin eyes see?
I did not see Mad Maggie, but I could see Mickey. I could see the Red Caps. I could see Watzik, and none of them appear to be truly what I would call native to this world. No more so than Jax is.
So, party, I showed you the red caps. These are the others.
Oh. Icky.
They're the ones who have left the lands of Froud and Henson, never
Indeed.
to return.
I have fairies signed by both Froud and Lee.
And just from the from the stands out in the crowd, someone yelled, "What about Lulu?"
Well, of course. Lulu is glowing brightly in your vision. A point of golden, glorious, celestial light.
Shine bright like a Lulu.
Just for the record, did I see anything surprising when I looked at my companions?
There is I believe
I
no
mean, I
reason.
think I could confirm the presence of an imp that is a fiend.
Yes, of course. And yes, of course, the other imps. I'm so sorry. Speaking specifically about the Redcaps, the Madcaps, and Mickey, those things are not undead, celestial, or fiendish. But of course, the two imps that you've already spoken with, and the imp that is with Typhon and Lulu, those, of course, all show up.
What about that bitch? I
Which
mean,
one?
what about
Dare
the blonde lady?
Does not appear to be anything other than what you believe her to be. However,
Oh, pure evil. Ah, okay.
I
can
don't
sense
think
it radiating off.
there
of
would
her.
be any reason why your divine sense would detect one bit of desecration over another, but I will say, just for the sake of story and flavor, you can detect a desecrated object that is on her person.
Thank you very much for indulging me. I share the results with everybody. Just that there's not that last result, but the results are in.
I believe that's everything.
You are the father.
If it should turn out that I've missed something, I don't think I have, though, but if it turn out that I missed something, we'll retcon this, because there are a lot of things in here, and there are maybe other things to discover that you would have been able to see were they not undercover.
I assume that, yeah, but I wasn't going to start lifting up rocks and
Yep.
things.
Did you check my
But
rats?
I generally share that the Redcaps seem to be vulgar, disgusting creatures, perhaps, in their attitude. But they're not fiends, they're not demons. And Wotzik himself put off no demonic aura. Perhaps he just is a bigger bully amongst bullies.
Does anybody have anything else they wish to do? Because as the hours draw on, and your short rest seems like it could potentially go longer, with no sign of Mad Maggie emerging, you all are quite weary.
I will skewer some rats and then start putting them on the fire, and then I'll pull out a little pouch. I picked up some pepper. I can't remember where, and I'll start putting pepper on them. Makes them taste so much worse.
As soon as we got here, I removed a ration from my inventory.
Very well.
Did we actually get a short rest?
Yes, the short rest you are in the process of receiving a short rest.
I wanted to wait to find out if we were attacked by
I would
giant
say you
worms
go ahead
burrowing.
and mark off the short rest. However, hold on, it might end up being a long rest. The rats are cooked. They smell somewhat appetizing, but it's difficult. Even here, the smell of brimstone and tar corrupts everything, and as you bite into the meat, expecting it to be somewhat savory, it tastes like ash. There is no joy to be had in Avernus from food.
Tastes lovely. You've just got to pretend.
But there is no joy in Avernus.
No.
For all the food tastes like
I
ash.
believe that Silas and Islin had something they wished to discuss.
Ken? Sure.
Quickly, sorry,
you
just
wish.
quickly. Who eats the rat? Who has a rat?
Persephone has some.
So
Yeah,
it's three.
The cooked rat.
Yeah, the cooked
One rat per medium-sized creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does anyone else? So we've got 27. So 27.
I think
cooked
Falkrunn
rats.
raised a hand.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Falkrunn
Yeah,
also
that's-
sitting there eating some
Yeah,
with you.
it's 3. Yeah. So I'm just thinking about provisions. If we've got 27 provisions left, plus what the cat gave us.
Yep.
Proceed.
You can speak this now if you wish, or we can save it for next time.
It's up to you, Typhon.
We're approaching the end.
Oh, you
of
said
our-
Silas. I was.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant, of course.
I was like, I got nothing to say to that.
I meant to
I
say
have
Typhon.
nothing to say to that. That dark elf friend's body.
Are you sure? Because
usurping
it might be
invasion of
interesting.
I know. I was gonna say
This ought to be
happen
good
at some point. Yeah.
No. Sorry, I meant to say Typhon, which makes much more sense.
This time, I literally will keep my imp ask him to trail a foot from Jax. Like, if he's out of reach, to warn me. Like,
Okay.
they're, in the sense that it's not just like, oh, where'd he go? Because he's 10 feet away. He is
Right. Your imp is on him,
top of him.
like red on blood. He's got him.
I keep swatting at the air sometimes, thinking there's something buzzing around me.
Yeah, perfect. And hoping it's a somewhat private conversation, I'll say, the broken one.
Oh, fine. I have somewhat of an ally down here, and in time, should your party ever come to trust me, I think there'll be a necessary ally for you as well. Bell, are you familiar?
The one who was deposed.
Yes.
I believe we were told.
We have an arrangement.
And she thinks, she's contemplating how specific she wants to get about it. But she, after you see her thinking for a moment, she says,
do you have an endgame here, Typhon? Do any of you? It seems like you're all foolishly marching into the abyss with limited knowledge and even less of a plan.
It's true. We lack a plan, but things... Don't you see how they're falling into place? Have you ever read the stories of the great powers of this world? The great heroes, the most powerful wizards?
Only bits.
Didn't this happen? The opportunity presents itself. The cosmic forces about to clash, and there they stood. A string to pull, a button to push. A hero to persuade. You see, the opportunity here is intoxicating. I don't understand it, and you're right, we have no plan. But look at what's happening in front of us. Every step, something comes forward. And until I, reach that last step and have to banish yourself and someone else so we can escape quickly, I will take what it gives me.
she's looking at you very intensely, and she says,
I will admit my aim here was purely survival, but perhaps I've been thinking about this the wrong way.
and she, you can see her continuing to think, but she's being very careful about her word selection.
If your party wishes to free Elturel, perhaps Bell will be a necessary ally for them. They may have different intentions, but the end result could benefit both.
You think so?
I have been waiting to reach out to him. Our connection isn't so cordial that I feel comfortable asking for a favor, but as you and your group become stronger and stronger, perhaps they will be of great assistance to him and he to them.
An interesting avenue, an interesting ally.
If they can look over their self-righteousness to recognize their greater good, then yes.
Don't count on it, but perhaps the way forward can be explained. We shouldn't talk much more on this, but here. But I must say, in the short term, the body you inhabit, this is something that, their goodwill extends to you for now. But we both know we wouldn't be alive if it weren't for the 4 others back in that tent.
Agreed.
And there's a fifth who they very sorely miss. Now, you are my first priority in this place, Eastland. But Rhimb could be a great aid to us and would bolster the will of this group. Finding this soul coin, at least that's the first step, so we do not lose him, yes?
Agreed. Have you an idea for a new vessel for me?
I do not. But the timer we're on is my first concern. Find a soul coin, dodge that deal, and we figure out the rest as we amble along. Yes?
I feel this might be something Maggie might be able to assist us with if we can offer her suitable payment.
Agreed. Hence my thought with the imps. Perhaps foolish, but...
No, I agree with your reasoning, but to turn an entire mass of those red-capped things on us seems not the wisest play.
Oh, that is certainly not my intention. But a little... They don't seem to be too averse to a little covert murder here and there. It's... Finding a
Chinked in the
splayed form of one of their friends might be the most hilarious thing that they've seen in some time. I don't know. It's perhaps their friendship. Well, I don't know how strongly it binds them together. There might be a way to do this without alerting the masses. Just a thought.
Formulate a plan, and I am at your service, dear.
Very well.
Just quickly, just want to say a massive thank you to the Gilded Troll for raiding. Welcome, guys.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Ray.
Welcome. Unfortunately, we're about to say
We're
goodbye.
Very close to finished. Yeah. But massive
So,
thank you for the raid. We'll definitely pass it on
welcome.
anyway once we're finished.
And goodbye.
Welcome to the
you,
Gilded
bye.
Troll. With
That will
your
be the
arrival,
end
we're out.
Will be the end of our session this evening. As Maggie continues to prepare this ritual, with no indication about how long it would take, you all change this short rest with bellies full but tongues unsatisfied. You have a long rest with, I assume, very careful watches.
Yes.
And that will be the end of our session. Thank you for watching, everybody.